Hey everybody, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Hey Nerd Herd family. It's your girl, the dopest nerd, and today is my birthday. I'm 55, guys. There was something that I used to watch, this character on Saturday Night Live. Her name was Sally O'Malley. And she used to say, I'm 50. I like to kick and stretch and kick. I'm 50 years old. I'm going to try to pull it up so y'all can see it. But I'm 55, guys. Welcome, Nerd Herd family. How are you? I love you guys so much. What's the dealie, everybody? Shout out to the dopest mod, who is the dopest mod in the land, Miss Locked Hair Don't Care. Welcome to the Nerd Herd family. How you guys doing? It's so wonderful to see you all. It's my birthday. I wanted to celebrate my birthday with you guys. I just came back from going out with my family. We had such an amazing time. We had such a great time. My family, my friend, we had such a great time. I got so much love all day today. I appreciate you guys. My sister is in the house somewhere in the nether reaches of the internet. Shout out to my big sister, Nikki. Actually, my twin sister. We're not twins per se, but for 18 days every year, we are twins. And so right now, we are twins. And she'll turn 56 when her birthday gets here. But right now, for 18 days, we are twins. What's the deal, y'all? What y'all been up to? Shout out to Locked Hair Don't Care, the dopest mod in the land. Guys, you know the housekeeping rules. Only those people who are of our highest and best order come here. We don't need no bacchanal, no malevolence, nothing negative, no iniquities, no binds, no holes, no witchcraft, no spells, no none of that. Only positivity and love and God up in here. Okay? Yeshua the Christ of Nazareth. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. You're welcome here if you are of sound mind and body and good intentions. We rebuke any negativity. You are not welcome here if you come with negativity. Again, shout out to the dopest mod in the land, Miss Locked. Lock says, welcome back, Nerd Herd. You know the routine. Leave your shoes at the door, put on your fluffy socks, and let's talk about it. Leave a comment, like the video on your way in. Guys, you know what to do. Make sure you like the video so the algorithm knows that we are doing something that is worthwhile here. It's so wonderful to see you all. How's everybody doing? How was your day today? And I got to tell you guys, it's not even just my birthday. It's my husband's birthday too, unfortunately. Hey, everybody. Nikki Carrington, that's my sister right there, y'all. Everybody throw some love in the chat for my sister, Nikki. Let me put her up on the screen. Hold on. This is my sister, Nikki, guys. Throw some love in the chat for my sister. This is my twin. Where have you been? Hey, what up? Dishing with the D, Diamond Wall, Dana V, George Cervantes, Michelle, Beverly, Tony G, Nikki Carrington, my sister, Locked, of course, Patricia Blair, Zoe Rose, and everybody, all of my people in the nosebleed seats, all of my people out hiding in the bushes, and my neurodivergence. How you doing, loves? So happy to have you here. I'm so happy. Shout out to my husband, Roger Rubin Sr. This is his 4th heavenly birthday. I know you're up there with the angels and God and the family, and y'all turn up. And I miss you when we continue to call your name. We love you. Me and my husband have the same birthday, guys. Now, how unique is that? I don't think I've ever heard of a husband and wife before that had the same birthday. Vanna, Trusty Dusty show producer. Hey, Locke said, shout out to you, twin. Nikki Carrington, shout out to you, twin. Happy early birthday. Oh, thank you, Sandra D. I appreciate that so much. She said, happy birthday to you, Natanya and hubby. Cheers to many, many more spins around the sun, full of love and adventures. Happy Lots of happy dances along the way. Hey, I did a lot of happy dances. I had so much fun with my family. We went out. My son always takes us out to eat for my birthday or everything. It could be Groundhog's Day, honey. He'd be like, come on, we're going out. And we just had such a ball. My other son, he lives out of town. He was on the FaceTime. We had a ball. My friend Sam might be in the house. What up, Sam? We had a blast. And I'm so excited. My daughter-in-law, my granddaughter, everybody. I'm so blessed by God to be here. Thank you guys. You know what to do. Listen, if you want to show your girl some love on her birthday now, you know how to do it. The Cash App is on the screen, $ the dopest nerd. And shout out to our dopest mod in the land, Miss Butterfly Blue. Y'all know the Cash App for Butterfly Blue. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for the super chat. Happy birthday, Natanya Rubin. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate you. Listen, Michael started it off, y'all. Get with it. Well, as a certain owl on the internet says, make it rain, make it rain. I feel silly tonight, y'all. So if you want to show love, the dopest mod is $ Butterfly Blue, BUDDAFLYBLUE. You also know you can do a super chat or a super sticker, however you want to show love to the channel. And we appreciate your time and you being here. We appreciate that so much because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. What's been going on? What's new in your lives, guys? What'd you do today? Michelle said, my daughter and my granddaughter have the same birthday. Then 3 years later, my grandfather passed away on that same day. Wow, that is a special day in your family. That means a lot. Wow. Locke said, do not do that, Natanya. Don't make it rain? Okay, I won't make it rain. I won't sing that no more. Locke put that in caps. Do not do that, Natanya. I just think it's funny. I feel silly today. You know how it be sometimes. Hey, Leilani. Shamika Denise. Hey, what's the deal? Hey, kicking it with Auntie Leah. What up, my boo? Shout out to Auntie Leah. Listen, Auntie Leah said locked, not the owl. I felt silly today, guys. Leilani said, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Natanya. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, my love. And all the happy faces and the cheers and the carrots. What's been going on today, guys? What's been going on? I stayed off of the internet today. I don't know what's going on in the world. You had to do some wasp busting. Had to do some wasp busting today. Lord, that sounds a little dangerous. I hope you made it through without a scratch. What's been new in you guys' lives today? K-Lig, what I got? Listen, shout out to K-Lig. She sent me a birthday message. It had to be in the middle of the night. I woke up and saw it, and I was so pleased. It was such a lovely message. We had the dopest conversation the other day. When I tell you, I'm so blessed to have amazing Nerd Herd members like you guys, because my goodness. Locke said, happy birthday. Look at all the woo, look at all the horns. Happy birthday to Natanya, the dopest nerd. Thank you, Locke. Sis, I love you so much. You know, this is a team effort, baby. Couldn't do it without you. She makes sure everybody is acknowledged, respected, loved. She makes sure she brings that, whatever I mentioned, Locke, to make sure you guys, it is from my lips to her fingertips. And you can't ask for better than that. Oh, preparing for a job interview, Dana. Come on, guys, let's do a collective prayer and get this together so that Dana gets this job. It is already done, duty bound. Heavenly Father, we come together and we stand in the gap with our sister Dana V. Father God, you said, ask and it shall be granted unto you. Knock and the door shall be opened. Seek and ye shall find. And so just as she has written in the chat, it has been done and duty bound. The job is hers already. All you have to do now is negotiate what you want. When they offer you something, you say, that's acceptable. However, for this, I'll be able to be the most exceptional employee, do everything, and be overproductive. But it is already duty bound. That job is yours, sis. Congratulations. Everybody throw some love in the chat for Dana V. Michelle said, I bought a beautiful mink blanket, got my car registered, and went to the bank. Hey, that sound like some good stuff. Where did that comment go? Okay, hold on. Trusty Dusty show producer. Vanna. Michelle, you sound like you was about the business today. Kicking it with Auntie Leah said, Locked is truly the dopest mod, and I am number 2. Asheo, sis. Asheo. Where is this show producer? She got me on the menopause heat. She up there luxuriating while I'm down here sweating. Everybody said, congratulations on the job, Dana, because it's yours already. Dana said, if you can see me now, I'm in my couch with my hands in the air collecting your prayers. Thank you so much. You're welcome, boo. Anytime. You know how we do. This is a family affair. Now, you know what we say after that? Let me hold $1. But no, congratulations. That job is yours. It's on the way to you. Hey. Archangel Michael said, driving home soon, 600K drive. Dana, God says he hopes it pays well. Absolutely. And I believe it will. Everybody's saying congratulations on the new job. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this on mute so I can call the show producer because I'm sweating. Sorry, guys. I was wondering why Nirvana wasn't answering me. I'm yelling till the cows come home. Nirvana is in the shower. I'm like, Nirvana. Yes, we love our Locked. Y'all like my little dress? It keeps raising up. It's supposed to be like a off-the-shoulder type of doodad. It's my little birthday dress. It's like a mini dress and it's wide. I was trying to be a little cute. I bought the dress a while ago and I never wore it. Hey, City Girl said happy birthday. Thank you, everybody. George Cervantes. What up, George? Martha Cardiel. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to have you guys here. Locke said, it's Natanya's birthday party. Send her a gift at the channel to send her a gift at the channel or to Cash App, The Dopest Nerd, Venmo, or Diamond in the Rough PayPal. Show your girl some love. You know, we love your presence and your company, but whatever you choose, however you choose to show some love, you guys are happy or completely welcome to do that, and we appreciate any gifts that you guys send because you're not obligated. You don't have to do it. What's new in the world, guys? What did I miss today? I stayed off of FaceTime. Excuse me, I stayed off of social media. I stayed off of YouTube. I stayed off of everything. Oh, thank you, Dana. You love the watercolor print of my dress? Listen, I saw this dress. I had taken Nirvana shopping a while ago and saw this dress and fell in love with it and bought it. And it's been sitting in the closet. I've had so many times where I said I was going to wear it. I literally popped the tags off of it today. Because you know when you get older, child, you just shop your closet. You don't want to be running to the store every time. You got to go somewhere. Who could afford that in this day and age? Especially with the way that this world is working. Shop your closet. Hold on to those shekels and those coins because we don't know what tomorrow holds. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I loved it when I saw it. Yes, honey. What up, Cook's Crate? Hey, Kayla said, gorgeous, darling. In my Zsa Zsa Gabor showing my age. Yes, darling. Zsa Zsa. Earlier, I made a video and I had my hair braided and it was sticking up, or one was sticking up. And I was like, look at me in my Pippi Longstocking. I said, those who know. You know, Pippi Longstocking is way back in the days. You got to know who that is to know who that is. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. What did the Demore Hadley interview with Jaguar Wright. I started watching it. So Jag had told me about it. She called me. She told me about it. And we're going to do something together in regards to that as well. And she had posted a snippet in the beginning just to, garner attention. And so I started watching it and it is riveting. First of all, the lengths to which her mother went to be able to do the things that she did. And here's what people don't understand, what becomes the RICO. It's bad enough you're doing this, but you're utilizing the company materials to exact your control, power, evil on someone. That's what makes the RICO. That's what makes the RICO. And so when she found out that her phone was cloned at one point, and I don't know if that part came up yet, but it was cloned and she only had one phone, but it was addressed to Rockefeller or Rock Nation. Like, that's what creates a RICO. It's when you do things with malevolence and you think that you can just do whatever you want, that's how you slip up. There's an old saying they used to say, there's no such thing as the perfect crime. There's not. Shout out to City Girls. Hey, thank you for the $10 super chat, City Girls 2025. Happy birthday. Woo! I'm going to say it again, Locked. Here it come. Make it. Oh, Martha Cardiel said, I love Pippi Longstocking. Girl, that is vintage. Only the vintage girlies know about that. And guys, that is from a day long ago. Archangel Michael said, God bless you, Natanya, and your partner on your birthday. He wishes you a beautiful day or night, and you will enjoy many more. Amen. Now you're showing your age. LOL. There you go. Listen, I love being in my 50s. It is the dopest, the best kept secret. For years, they tried to make us think that getting older was something to run from and to hide and to shun. But no, absolutely not. I love being older. It is the best thing ever. She said, loved Pippi's when she would clean the floor with the brushes on her feet like roller skates. That's right. Listen, that's that old good stuff. Pippi Longstocking, Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys Mystery, Encyclopedia Brown, all that old good stuff. The good old TV. Locke said, use the reaction emojis at the bottom of the chat. Just tap the heart or the arrow underneath for more emojis. It's a fun way to react anonymously and engage with us. Don't be scared now. Hey. Locke said, the easiest way to get an A in this class is to hit the like button. And you see every color of the rainbow is welcome here. So y'all hit the like button. And show us some love. Tell us what's going on in your world. Cooks Crate said, let's not talk about those devils. Let's celebrate Natanya. Asheo. What else is going on in this world, girl? 1970. Hey, shout out Martha Cardill. 1970 in the house. Hey, Carla. How you doing, boo? How's Granny? Give Granny kisses for me. She said, oh my God, I was scrolling and God brought me here. Happy birthday to you, Natanya. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you so much. Give Granny hugs and kisses for me, man. You know I miss Granny. That's my girl, you and Granny. And you know, as Locke always gets me together, the views expressed on the Dopest Nerd channel are based on opinion and belief and protected by the First Amendment right as stated in the United States Constitution. Michelle said, no owl, Natanya, please, no owl. Okay, I won't do it anymore. What up, Jay? What's the dealie? My love, what a guan? What a guan, baby? Oh, I'm so happy everybody's coming in. Look, the gang's all here. Good, clean fun. That's right. Oh, George Cervantes said, my favorite place to be, also locked. Asheo. Michael said, it is like a new life, 50 plus, modern science. We are living longer and more fuller lifestyle. Technology has helped us sometimes. Indeed, because listen, we were talking about AI and the craziness with AI today. I saw something recently and it said that some programmers were trying to they wrote a program to slow AI down with the intention of stopping it soon because it's becoming sentient and it's growing so fast. And the computer was so the AI was so out of pocket, it overwrote the code that the programmers wrote and rewrote another code to override and not stop AI. It then created a series of emails to make it look like the programmer was cheating on his wife and got the wife's email and sent the emails to the wife's email. AI did this. And then also wrote a code thing for the future in case anyone tried to overwrite AI and end it in the future. This is out of control. Woo! Shout out to Carla Turner for the $99 super chat. Thank you, my love. Oh my gosh. She said, happy birthday, Natanya. Love you so much. To God be the glory, Carla. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. I am touched. Thank you so much. I am humbled. To God be the glory for that. Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys so, so, so much. Jay Mizik said, Midday. Hey, yes, baby. Yes, indeed. Listen. Let's throw on some Kendrick Lamar and dance till we, hey, throw it on. Put it on. Hey. They not like us. Hope we don't get a copyright claim for just them two lines. We don't want no problems over here. Hey, everybody. Hey. Y'all heard that? Listen. Shout out to you, Father God, because you are always here with us. Did y'all just hear that thing drop? Let me put this light on. I'm not sure what it was. What was that? I just heard something drop and felt it drop. Shout out to Braza Braz Reacts. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Blessed earth strong, Natanya. More life, more success, more great health, and more wealth. Hey, you don't know. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate it so much. Oh, wait, I missed something too. I saw Lady Ash Cakes said, hey, the dopest nerd. Hey, boo. How you doing? Yes, my love. When I tell you, God is always around here with us, always showing. Listen, God is on YouTube too, because every time we come on, he makes his presence known. It's either God, an angel, some energy, some entity is here with us and wants to make itself known. Yeah, AI is doing way too much. Listen, texting the engineer's wife is crazy. Trying to convince her that he was cheating. And then they found, like in the system, Nirvana was telling me about a young lady who asked AI for something like one of the chat GPTs or something, a question, and then the response that it gave her, she didn't like it. So she made like a negative review, like, I'm not satisfied with this response or something. And then in her social and posted it. And they said in her social media, in a few minutes, 2 minutes, her social media was flooded with negative bots all through her social media. And they were able to do the metadata and reverse engineer it. And they said all of the comments were generated within 2 minutes, flooded her social media with insults and negative comments. That's craziness. That is insane. And people kept wanting to push the button with AI and go further and go further. And now it's to our detriment. When an AI, when a computer program can try to destroy your family, that's a problem. It's a problem. Oh, thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I love you so much. Yeah, definitely not like us. We different over here. Remember that song? I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. That's us over here. We doing a different thing. We ain't knocking nobody, but we different. Oh, that's right, Cook's Crate. Thank you. Kendrick Lamar doesn't copyright. They not like us. National anthem for us. Okay, let me put it on then. I'm glad you said that, boo. Let me add it to the show. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Let me pull up some Kendrick Lamar. Or perhaps I should pull it up first before I share the screen. Let me find it. Let me find that They Not Like Us. Come on, YouTube. Why you don't want to come up? Okay, not you. Let me take that off the screen. Is this the last time I went on YouTube on my computer? This is still up here? Sheesh. Let's put some They Not Like Us on. It's taking its sweet time. Sorry about that, guys. All right, I'm going to put on Not Like Us. Ooh, when I say the hackation is upon us, it is literally not wanting me to change this thing. You would not believe what it's doing. Do you remember when I was up here before and I played the Leah Gordon, Natanya Rubin story? It is stuck on that. It won't let me come out of it. It's even, okay, there we go. Let's see. Yo, this thing is, the YouTube screen is doubled and everything. Hackation, please give me a break on my birthday. Leave us alone. You would not, okay, there it is. This thing was stuck. And I hear music. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, guys. Y'all see what the hackation did? Knock me off the screen. Hey, Cook's Crate, you sure that he don't copyright? Because they sure knocked me off in no time. You see how fast that was? Jeez Louise. That was super fast. Jeez Louise. I thought that, yeah, good grief. They knocked me right on off. I thought it wasn't copywritten. I hope it's not a copyright strike against me. Let me go in the chat and put, I hope that's not a strike. Let me see. Hopefully it's not a strike. You guys can hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me with no problem, please put a 1 in the chat. Them suckers ain't waste no time. Oh, they just replaced the license to Not Like Us? Wow. Them suckers knocked me right off. They ain't waste time. Jeez Louise. Simply Natural Bell said, "Happy birthday, Natanya. Wish you all God's blessing. Keep shining your light and positivity. You are touching lives all over the world." Live from Trinidad. Welcome, Trini Gill. What's up? Listen, my family is Trinidadian. My family is Trini. Oh my God. Love this. This is a blessing. I love that. Listen, or let's see how fast they knock me off. Jeez Louise. They don't play an inch with me. That's to let y'all know they're always watching. They are always watching. Okay, you guys can see me and hear me with no problem. Knock me off like, wow. Them suckers was like, oh yeah, they not like us. You not like them either. Out of here. Kick me right on out of here. So what you said, copyright reassertion. However, Universal Music Group, the record label, reclaimed the copyright. Oh, sheesh. I hope this ain't a strike. I'm gonna have to cut it out. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna say you can't be monetized, or else you have to for this thing, or you have to block out the music. So that section will probably be blocked out, which I will agree to because I don't want no problems with these folks. I don't want any problems. My goodness, they do. I didn't even know that. Crooks Crate, where you at, girl? Come to the front of the class. Come to the front. Nah, it ain't your fault, girl. Because I remember hearing that it wasn't a copyright on it as well. So, no, nobody's going to sue you, girl. Please. We a family. We in this together. So what I'll do is, when it comes to the monetization time, what they'll do is they'll say to me, we can't monetize this, or you have to allow them to cut it out. So I'll allow them to cut it out. That's not a problem. You just won't hear anything. It's going to be a blank portion of the video, which is, hey, I don't have no problem with this. This is how it be sometime. I'm going to turn this down and see if I could. And I'll have to put in the description that we played that. And you know UMG ain't letting me have a single thing. You know they said, we ain't no friends of y'all over there now. Send Kendricks the money. Cook's Crate said, send Kendricks the money. I didn't even know that these suckers, listen, normally they would wait and strike your channel. These suckers threw me offline. What you said, Wolfgang is reporting on the military going in and it's ruled unconstitutional. We're into California. Listen, I want you guys to make sure that you do everything to maintain your safety. They are trying to force martial law in this country. And that's so unfortunate. It has always been said that you are not allowed to use the United States military against its citizens. So the fact that he is circumventing the law of the land and doing this is just, it's disgusting on a million different levels. But you are not supposed to use the United States military against the citizens of this country. That is written into the fabric of our Constitution. And it's unfortunate that they're doing that. Set is live. Oh my gosh. Is he outside in the street? Let me see. It's getting worse. Oh man. Cook's Crate said, born in Cali, fam, in Cali, big mad. I'm so sorry for everyone in Cali that is presently undergoing the unrest in California. Please stay safe. Keep your children, the elderly, anyone who has any type of medical infirmity or any type of medical deficit, please stay off the street. This is not your fight. War is for the youth, and wise counsel is for the elders. Please stay off of the street. Keep your family safe. It is not worth it. These people are not all ICE agents. They're not all police. Some of them are these MAGA insurgents that have self-deputized, and that's why they're all face covered up and, you know, in all of these military or over-militarized uniforms. Please stay safe. These people will stop at nothing to prove their foolish point, and you can't make sense out of no sense. That is why they're walking in unmanned cars with no markings. They're not all ICE agents. One thing I know about the military and about police and all of that, they have to wear what agency they are with on their chest or their back, which is why you see the FBI jackets or the HSI jackets, Homeland Security or ICE or whatever. The ones that do not have lettering on their jackets or police, they are not actual military or police. They are private militias that are self-deputizing themselves. And they're going to run up on the essays and get done up. Like literally, it's that dangerous. Simply Natural Rebel said, yes, Trini, I may not always comment, but I be in the nosebleeds, as you say. LOL, if not on live. I try to catch the replays. Thank you, my love. Send out all of my love to Trinidad. Send out, listen, I am so proud that you guys are with us in this Nerd Herd family and that you are participating. And listen, the nosebleeds, the neurodivergence, and the people in the bushes all are welcome here. And those in the comfort of their bed that sit and watch us on TV, and so they're not in the chat because they're not on their phone. We love you guys. Always remember, even if you're watching us on your TV, go on your cell phone, pull up the video, and press subscribe. And if you are so inclined, become a member of the family. This is a Nerd Herd family. Together we are stronger. Let's show YouTube that we can do this thing and still be loving and kind and respectful and mature and not violate the sanctity of what we have here, not dox people who are, victims of crime, senseless victims of crime, when they're trying to seek justice, and doxing them for 20 shekels, 20 pieces of silver, like the betrayal that Judas did to Yeshua, Jesus the Christ of Nazareth. We can be on YouTube and comport ourselves with tact, decorum, dignity, respect. Like I said, I don't like what's happening here. Those of you who haven't caught my live the other day, where the music industry insider called into a radio show where I was doing an interview on the Ryan Cameron show in the Atlanta area on 107.5. I had a radio interview and a lady called in. She was a former music industry executive. She called in and confirmed that I was not lying. She said, I know this woman is not lying because I worked for Bad Boy. We all knew Puffy shot her. We all knew. Everybody in the music industry, everybody at the company, we all knew. She's not lying. She said she hasn't said anything about it since the 90s. And she said, I'm not going to say my name today. I was afraid to call. I'm not going to say my name, she said, but anybody that hears my voice will know who I am. However, when I heard how strong you are after all this time, I couldn't stay quiet and let you fight this fight alone. She said, I was not lying. She knew, and everyone in the entertainment industry knew that Puffy shot me. And she knows for a fact it's the truth. And I'm telling you, it broke me. You guys know I'm a tough cookie, but it broke me. I want you guys to make sure you watch that video, share that video everywhere, give it thumbs up, make sure you comment on that video. This changes everything. This changes everything. And then you see they're talking about this iPhone that was found at Puffy's house, and they say not victim one, not victim two, not witness two, like they're naming all of the victims or the witnesses. They said female one, which is a whole other thing. And so help me God, I have a feeling in the pit of my stomach that contained on that iPhone 11 is the video footage of me getting shot by Puffy. And that is why the courtroom is in an uproar. I believe it. And the Holy Spirit has been telling me that something is going to change, that my name is in the lips of people in government, and that there is going to be a change, and an uproar is going to happen, and I'm going to be elevated to another level. This is what I've been going through for the past week and a half. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I'm telling you. I sincerely believe whatever is on that footage is to make it or break it. And so help me God, if it's the footage of him shooting me, you best believe, as Nirvana say, I always say, I'm going to use my best SAT words. Nirvana said, Mommy, every day is your best SAT words. You better, well, then I'm looking for I'm looking for the law school, the bar association words. I'm going to use the best because baby, I ain't done. It's like Birdman said, is you finished or is you done? Neither. I'm just beginning. Shout out to LA Chic. Thank you, my love, for the 1999 super chat. Hey, Nerd Herd. Happy birthday, Natanya. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate it. Odell has been reporting every day. Let me see. Listen. I want to go back into YouTube, but these suckers done threw me out. I'm a little, I don't never say nervous or nothing, but I'm a little nervous. You got locked out of your account. Michelle, you just got locked out of your account? Child, I hope I'm not letting the hack Asian get on y'all. Nicole Powell, hey. Let me try to see if I can go into Setting the West's thing and stream it. Let's see what's going on. This is terrible. Thank you, my love, D Hood Reeler 100. You are owed money for that situation. Stay blessed, Queen. I certainly will. First and foremost, thank you, my love. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Reparations said, Ashe, Asheo, Asheo. Cook's Crate said, we're going to cry aloud and spare not. Indeed. Locke said, at Namaste Beauty. Glad to see you in the chat. Ashe, you see what I'm saying? Why she's such the dopest mod? My God, she acknowledges everybody's presence. I'm going to try this again, y'all. If I get kicked out, I'm coming right back. I shouldn't get kicked out because this is Set's channel, but let me find it. This doesn't look good. Let me mute it first. It's taking a minute to populate. All right. Hold on a second.
Again, I was saying I chopped it up with Tupac's brother, and shout out to Mo Preem. We were kicking it today, and I got to do some production for somebody, a person named Dr. Cornel West. That's what I have to do, and those two started talking because Mo Preem is dropping a book, right? Mo Preem is doing a book, and Mo Preem was like, yeah, you know. Talking about his book. Name of his book is going to be called This Thug's Life. It'll be out in February, and it's going to be phenomenal. But he was basically just kind of breaking down what's going to be in the context of the book. He's also going to do a music project as well. You say why I'm tripping? What are you talking about? But Mo Preem is doing a book, and it looks like Dr. Cornel West is going to write, not the foreword, but Dr. Cornel West will write like a blurb in the book. So stay tuned. The book, though, is coming. Shout out to Mo Preen, and we were talking about Courtney Burgess. we were talking,
the other day,
and I was just like, man, I'll talk to y'all about it more in depth. I was cussing somebody out because of the situation that was going on with the attorneys, and if y'all don't know, his attorney is Jay-Z's attorney. Weird, right?
Very weird.
When Tupac said "fuck Jay-Z," clearly, and now his brother has retained the same attorney. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button.
What?
I'm gonna make my way down here towards the crypto, but pretty much, I'm not from GD. No. I gotta pay attention. Y'all say what's up to is Jaguar in the building? Jaguar, yep, Jaguar's in the building. Say what's up to Jaguar. Shout out to the princess, to my princess, well, no, she's not a princess. She's not the princess. She's the queen.
Hey.
So my daughter's the princess. All right. Yeah. So again, I was just talking about a few things. The gang stuff is different. Shout out.
When it goes back into the area, I'm going to bring it back up. Hold on 1 second. That's great. What are they doing with this thing? This is verify that it's me. What? I don't know what's going on. This thing is acting wackadoodle. But I'm coming back to y'all. It's acting wackadoodle. The Hackation is like, no, ma'am, you shall not stream anything else. You shall go back to your channel and talk to your people. It is giving me but I love that he is out there in the streets bringing it to us and letting us know what's going on the front line, because we can't trust mainstream society to tell us anything. Like, gone is the day where mainstream society will really tell us what is going on and we can trust what they have to say. You know, as we delve further and further into life, you guys, I haven't said it for a while, but I will repeat. Those of you who are not watching the channels, the YouTube channels, I am QHEF. Locked will drop them in. I want y'all to start watching these channels. It is time to detach from the matrix and literally get a true education of what's going on in this world really happening. The stuff that you're not going to see on NBC, CBS, ABC, and all CNN, MSNBC, they're not going to tell you the really real. They're going to keep distracting you with all of this. Trump said this about Elon. Elon said this about Trump. You know, what Congress is not doing, how many federal employees lost their jobs. They're not going to tell you the really real. They're just going to keep you distracted. You want to learn life and watch the really real. Locked is going to put the channels in the chat. Watch I Am Perky. Watch I Am QHEF. Watch Right 7X. And of course, the OG, Dre OG. And also, there's another channel, which I always used to watch him before, and I kind of fell off, but I'm back on it. Mod Tricker. He does the same. Mod Tricker is like the OG of this stuff, too. And watch Mod Tricker. He puts a little commentary and a little more, you know, snarky laughter and stuff in between, but it's the same thing. It's letting you see the stuff that is going on in this world that you won't get on mainstream TV. That if you're looking for the really real, you won't find it on mainstream TV, but you will find it on these channels. And again, I will put the disclaimer, and give me the copyright disclaimer as well, Locked. The views expressed on the Dopest Nerd channel are based on opinion and belief and protected by the First Amendment right as stated in the United States Constitution. I'm going to bring my sister up on the screen. My twin, where have you been? Now, she's not coming up with her face. She's just going to come up with her voice. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, Nikki, so you can actually come on like that too. I sent you the link before, but I'm going to drop the link in the chat. You can press this link and come up as well. You should be able to come up on the one I sent you before, though. That's the link in the chat. Nikki, you could come up. And Yeah, I could talk to my sister. I'm just scrolling through the message. I think I'm late in the chat, so I'm trying to get back down there. Who's calling me? Okay. Hey, boo. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That was the dopest mod. She had to call me and tell me something. Shout out to Masai. Hey, Masai. Thank you, my love. Happy birthday, Natanya. Many blessings. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for my birthday love. So there's been a problem with StreamYard all day, guys. And that's apparently what's going on. Yeah, she was telling me check my text. Okay. Michelle said I can't even buy super chat, but I will fix the problem. Absolutely. She said StreamYard has been having a problem all day. So if it's giving you a hard time to buy a super chat, feel free to do it any other way. You could do the Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Locke will put them in the StreamYard, she said, has been given. See, I've been off the scene all day, off of social media, so I didn't know. Martha Cardeal said a judge ruled that President Trump's order to send the National Guard to Los Angeles was unconstitutional, citing violations of the 10th Amendment and exceeding his statutory authority. Absolutely. There's a constitutional law that says the United States military cannot be used against its citizens. Okay, no problem. Locke has put all the channels, IMQHEF, and all of that in the chat. I sent you the link, Nikki, in the chat. I don't know if you're still on, or I don't know if you're able to get on through the link, but keep trying. As soon as you can get up, you pop up. D Hood Reeler said, I just subbed to all of them. Thank you, my love. I would love to see you and Tisa Tells do a segment together and spread the word out more. Absolutely. I've been on Tisa before. Happy birthday to the dopest nerd. Thank you, Tiffany Harris. A lot of the people that first saw me here in YouTube land saw me on one. Tasha K is unfiltered too. Like Locke said, it's Natanya's birthday party. Send her a gift at channel to Cash App, the dopest nerd, Venmo, Diamond in the Rough through PayPal. And listen, also send a tip to your girl, the dopest mod. She gets in here and she gives everybody love. She makes sure everybody's all right. She hands out the gold stars. She collects the teacher's apples. She is definitely making sure that everything runs smoothly in here. It's so sad what's happening. I mean, we are in the United States of America. This should not be happening. But here's the long and short of it. I want you, if you are even possibly clueless or confused as to how all of this is going down, I'll tell you what it is. This is going down because Elon said, I'll tell you the real truth. The reason you don't have the you-know-who Steam files is because Trump is in them. When I did, those of you who are Nerd Herd loyalists, when I did my show about Trump, did I not say that? Did I not show the videos of him dancing that people are now looking at it and saying, oh, there's a video with Trump? There's a video with Trump, with Epstein. Hello, I showed that a long time ago. People were coming to my channel going ape-ish crazy for me saying anything about Trump. Was I vindicated? Have I been vindicated? Didn't I tell you guys he was going to wreck this country? Have I been vindicated? But some people don't want to hear what you have to say because it doesn't comport with the truth or the narrative that they are trying to espouse or push. Never fall for that okie doke. Don't fall for that okie doke. I said it back then when I did the Trump playlist. It is, if you do not believe me and if you think anything I'm saying is hyperbole, go into the playlist for the channel and look for the Trump show that I did. I think I put it as part 1 and I never did a part 2 because the Trump trolls were harassing life out of us. And I was like, I don't want to be bothered with this crowd. They even struck my channel or attempted to strike my channel, and we was able to correct it and get it. Something had to be blotted out, and I was able to become monetized on that. That was the first time I ever was not monetized on something, was that Trump video. They harassed the daylights out of me. But I got it straightened out and then I was monetized on it. But everything I said about Trump, because remember, I'm from New York City. I know about Trump since I was a kid. I told y'all about this guy. And people are just like, oh, no, I don't believe that. Well, where are all those people now? Where is the, I will vote, oh my God, I will vote for Donald Trump. They're all getting deported. I mean, the insanity of making a song that is now burning a hole in your spirit to celebrate a man who didn't like you, never cared one thing about you, and is deporting y'all by the plane and boatloads, and not even sending you back to your country of origin, sending you to El Salvador and Venezuela and putting you in jails. Like, he doesn't even, I said it then, I'll say it again. The man is senile. He said on day one he was going to be a dictator. Everybody said, oh, Trump is not with Project 2025. He doesn't even know where it is. He is running that playbook down to the ground. But I warned y'all. I told everybody. Said, y'all think he's good? Oh, no, he says he's a businessman. He said he's no businessman. There's a man out there that Trump apparently technically went to Wharton School of Business. There's a guy that came out years ago and said the Trump family paid me to do his work. He ain't getting no degree. Y'all think Trump got a degree? You don't listen to this man talk. He's the greatest of the likes of which the world has never seen. China. He hyperfixates on simple things. When he came out, if they spit, we will hit. They spit. Have you heard it? That's what they're doing now. They spit. They spit on people. You can't spit on our police. He hyperfixates on simple words. Listen, I love my neurodivergence, but that sucker's a neurodivergent. I'm not saying neurodivergence can't do anything, but I'm saying it's okay to acknowledge who you are. You hear me all the time. What do I always say? I got autism. I ain't never been formally diagnosed, but in my heart of hearts, I truly believe I have autism. Now, the spectrum runs the gamut from severely, developmentally disabled all the way to genius, to savant level. I would say if this represents savant, Trump is on the negative side of this. Here, he is not qualified. This whole notion he's a businessman, he's a shyster. He's like a shady used car salesman in a polyester suit with all that hairspray and hyperfixating on words. Everything is the greatest the world has ever seen, the likes to which the world has ever seen. There's no way possible you think anyone who hyperfixates, is redundant, and does all of that is a sane man. He's not sane. And now he's running the gamut of both lower end of the spectrum, and I think he is in full-fledged friggin' Alzheimer's. I truly believe, at least dementia. He is fully in dementia. Very limited vocabulary, 34-time convicted felon, bankruptcy a gazillion times. Baby, tell it, Cook's Crate. My girl said bankruptcy, felony, limited vocabulary, not my king, not my president. Sure not. To the 25th power, indeed. He said during the election cycle, his first election, he said, I could stand on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody in the middle of the street and I'd still get elected. And people were like, that's impossible. That's crazy that he would say something like that. Y'all done elected him for his second term. The fact that anybody could say a thing like that and get elected the first time was an indictment on the quality and the caliber of people in America. This is an indictment. America is presently in the status of the chickens are coming home to roost. Stay off them streets if you're not about that war stuff. We are in dire times. They are trying to force my brain just froze. Martial law. They're trying to force martial law because then it gives Trump power. See, you got to understand, I get that they want to protest ICE coming in and taking families, but what it's going to cause, because of the level of force they have returned, it is going to force martial law. If you have a problem with Trump now, when there's no martial law, the Constitution says in the event of martial law, elections can be suspended and no, they don't have to change the president. He can become the president permanently until they decide to change it. So all the people who are out there thinking that they're fighting the good fight for this one and that one, understand what you're doing. If you don't like Trump with these limited powers, try him when he's the dictator. You're really not going to like him. Those who are not in the know and don't pay attention to civics like that, please understand the level of force that you are meeting. I literally on Saturday was sitting on the phone talking to Locke. I watched people throwing smoke bombs and Molotov cocktails into the garage portion of the federal building where ICE was holding prisoners. Throwing bombs and smoke bombs and all kinds of stuff into the garage of the federal building. Listen, that's a felony. Y'all ever watch the Dave Chappelle show when it said, when keeping it real goes wrong? And there was a person that dialed the number, hello? Hi, can I speak to Michelle? I don't like nobody playing on my phone. It was just a wrong number. The guy was like, so then they was like, somebody's playing on my phone. Then they used caller ID to see what number called. Then they did a search on the computer for the phone number. Then they went to the location of the address where the guy was visiting his sister or something like that, and took something and bashed up the car and then ended up in jail because it was a federal agent and that was his take-home car, and you bashed up the car and now you're in jail for life for a wrong phone number. When keeping it real goes wrong. Like, listen, it might seem like it was just comedy and folly, but there's some truth to everything that is done. Understand the game that's being played here. If they keep using force to the level with which they were using it and it forces martial law, we are stuck with Trump forever until he leaves this earth. And if he leaves, if you think Trump is bad, J.D. Vance is a stronger, more intense, worse version of Trump. We are in the hands of people. America shall not return. It'll take 100 years for America to return. I want people to understand what they're doing. Reparations said, he has another one coming out, something 30. There will be no more freedom of speech on social media, etc. I hope we don't ignore it like we did Project 2025. I really hope that people don't get, hey, what up, AC? At the Dopest Nerd, happy birthday. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. I want people, martial law will dilapidate our, Leilani, please tell them, sis, martial law will dilapidate our entire whole structure because he's trying to overthrow the government. He is. And here's what I've said forever and a day. Every superpower nation the world has ever known that they have told us in this whole system of oppression and lies that we live under. Here's the thing. When you start watching I Am QHEF, when you start watching Dre OG, I Am Perky, Mod Trekker, Right 7X, you are going to break through the matrix. Now, let me tell you something about seeing. The great Baba Dick Gregory said, once God removes the scales off your eyes, once the veil is lifted, you can never go back to unseeing. Once the truth has been shown to you and you have eyes to see and ears to hear. Once you see that truth, you can never go back to being blind. You can never return to being blind and ignorant. Once you get this truth, you better walk and stand in it and watch how it it pertains to your life. In fact, they're saying, if by chance you have ever, so I hope you know this government is actively falling. We are actively in a free fall. If it is your desire to not stay within the confines of the United States of America and possibly live in another country, you have to get all of your documents. If you have a professional degree or certificate, if you took a class online and you got a certification, you have to do something, take your documents and put them under a process called apostille. Apostille is a certification process for your documents that will make them acceptable in other countries. The larger amount of countries in the world that will accept people from the United States to come and live in their countries, those people require apostille. There are a few countries they require, I forget what, it's like a certification thing. You either certification or apostille. I forget the other name for the certification. And those are a few countries. The list of those countries are far shorter. Most countries will accept the apostille. But if you have a certification, if you have, degrees, if you have your birth certificate, everything, you better get it apostilled so that you can take you and your entire family and go live in this other country, whether it be Caribbean islands or whatever. You need to be able to have somewhere to live. And listen, if you've ever been on vacation, made good friends with someone in another country, or you have a cousin or a former co-worker that lives in another place or something, you better start developing that relationship. You better be able to get out of this country. They were saying by 2027. I would dare to say 2026, before the end of 2025. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not telling you something to sound, ooh. I am telling you, it is not hyperbole. I am telling you the truth. If you don't believe me, make sure you watch those channels that I told you about. You're going to hear the truth. Get all of your documentation. Make sure you have copies of your active prescriptions. They have services where you can get, and through some of your health insurance, if you have health insurance, you can get a 30-day, 60-day, 90 days, 30-day, 60-day, 90-day supply of your medication in advance. You better send into your pharmaceutical rep or program and get that 90-day supply of your medications. I'm telling you. Please do not take this as folly. Also, we celebrate and it's my birthday, but I also have to give you guys the really real. Please understand and hear me clearly. Those of you who have not gotten the real ID, I want you to make sure you go and do the lookup. Do not opt for the real ID. The real ID, once you sign up for the real ID, you have given. Listen, when they say terms and conditions for a new app or something that you're getting on your phone, and hardly anybody reads the terms and conditions. I'm a weirdo. I read a lot of terms and conditions. People be sick of me because I sit there and I read stuff. They be like, oh, you can just sign here. I'm like, I don't sign anything I don't read. And a lot of companies, they'll get upset. That notwithstanding, who cares? I don't care what they think. I read it. Listen to me. Most of the people that jumped and went and got the real ID because society is like, oh, get a real ID, and y'all so caught in the matrix, y'all do anything. Do you understand that if you have the gold star or the black star, you have signed away your rights and certified yourself as a United States citizen, so you have lost states' rights? Yes. You have lost your state's rights. You have abdicated a lot of your rights under the Constitution. I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, go look it up. Go look it up. If you have not obtained the real ID yet, do not get it. You can achieve the same thing. And if you have gotten the real ID, you need to go back and get a regular ID from your state government or driver's license without the real ID designation, so that there's a chance that you can regain your state's rights. Remember, without states' rights, you are subject to this jurisdiction of whatever new form of government Donald Trump is trying to put into play. You have abdicated your rights. Some of them have a loss of voting rights, all types of rights. Please look it up. This is not hyperbole. I'm not trying to scare you. I am trying to make sure that you wake up and are aware of what is taking place. LA Sheik said, martial law is coming. It's part of the end of days. No man can stop the spiritual warfare that's coming. Nothing can happen without God ordaining it. Asheo. That I believe. Let me give our disclaimer for the channel. The views expressed on the Dopest Nerd channel are based on opinion and belief and protected by the First Amendment right as stated in the United States Constitution. Lock, please also put the copyright thing up here. So let me say that to protect this channel against the copyright strike. Hey, Kara, she said, watching from New Zealand, we have never understood Americans' love of Trump. He loves Putin. Thank you, Kara. Listen, all of us don't love Trump. That's them over there. Those people down the internet superhighway, not all of us. That's them over there. In fact, everywhere around the world where Trump is making trouble, it's not us. It's them. Go over there. It's not us. We have nothing to do with it. We do not stand for anything that this man stands for. So I heard something about it, Simply Natural Bell. She said, did you see what happened to the famous Senegalese Italian TikToker Kaby Lame being detained by ICE and sent home? I saw something that there's some kind of MAGA guy who was making fun of the fact that he was the one that sent ICE to go get him, that he set him up to be able to be detained by ICE, which is crazy work. And I also said, now, you know, I always say, cite your sources. I have to check. I haven't reported on it yet because I haven't tracked down all of the sources, but I did see somewhere that the ICE and these insurgent militias that are acting as ICE agents grabbed some United States Marshals accidentally when they were trying to say, we're Marshals, you can't take us. They wouldn't listen to them and took them overseas. And so they're now trying to get back. But I have to source. I want to reverse engineer the story and back it down and source it to make sure I'm citing my sources that is in fact true. But I absolutely unequivocally read that somewhere. And I was like, this is getting out of hand because everyone with a gun and every militia that comes upon people, the ones going in these warehouses and going in restaurants and snatching people, I'm telling you, they're not ICE agents. Maybe some ICE agents are doing it. They are insurgents. That's the January 6th crew that Trump pardoned. Oh, and let me tell you another story. You guys heard about the so-called quote unquote South African white refugees that Trump brought over here because he said they're doing crimes, they're immigrants. Yeah, well, he rescued them because he's supposed to be giving them a better life in America. Well, one of them has unalived his wife. Soon as he got here, he was beating his wife. She was in that group. Him and her were in that big group that was in that picture where the guy said, I had to leave my 5-bedroom house. Not that guy, but another guy and his wife in that group. He was beating his wife so mercilessly, even though she's not a citizen and she is an immigrant, she had to seek the remedy of the courts and get an order of protection almost immediately. And even she had an aunt that lived in Ohio. And even though she was able to get the order of protection, she, like a lot of victims do, because they are beholden to this person, they have a codependent relationship with this person, she unfortunately went back to her abuser. And this man choked her and unalived her. So they haven't been here 45 days and there's already an unaliving. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Or you can get your transcript evaluated in your country of choice. But trust me, rather than to go places, thank you for that, AC. Rather than to go places and get stuck, I'm telling you guys, get your apostilles here now. Be able to get out of here. Be able to get somewhere with your families. You don't have to have the real ID. You can use your passport. If your passport is nearing expiration, and let's say you have to escape from the country and go somewhere safe with your family until things get back in order or change or whatever, you need to be able to make sure that you can get back into America with no issue. So if your passport is nearing expiration, please, your passport or your driver's license, please go and get them renewed now. If there's a 10-year thing, pay the extra fee and get the 10-year driver's license or the extended duration of the passport. Do it now. So in the event that you have to leave, you have it done. Also, you can fly with a passport. Now you can fly If you don't have the real ID, you have the standard ID, they will put you through changes to get on that plane. They were swiping people's hands and using this thing and swiping your ID and doing all this stuff. But trust me, make sure if you don't have the real ID, you can use your passport and you can travel fine. Now, the fact that they're making people get a real ID is ridiculous, because this is the United States of America, and you should be able to have free transit amongst the states, because we are one conglomerate nation. And so you shouldn't have to have a specific thing. You should not have to fly with a passport within the contiguous United States. It's insanity. However, nothing that is supposed to be happening is happening. Hey, Michelle. Michelle said hi from Canada. Everybody give some love to Michelle from Canada. It's beyond belief what is happening here. Yeah, that's what I saw at Natural Bell. A friend of 40, I didn't realize it was a friend of his son. So apparently a friend of Trump's son bragged about snitching on KB and was the one who got him detained because he had unfortunately overstayed his visa or something. It's listen, let me tell you something. When I tell you that people, you see, this is why I say Locked is the dopest mod in the land. ApostileEcorp.com. Listen, step-by-step process, apostille applications, and a step-by-step process to explain how to go through the process. Make sure you have your documentation. Make sure, Kara said New Zealand is short of doctors, nurses, psychiatrists, etc., and you can have a great lifestyle there. So that's a place to consider going. And we are going to do a show sometime, what's today? Thursday? Monday, we are going, God willing, we are going to do a show where I want to everybody start making a list of what you do, compile. I don't know if you could make a spreadsheet not a spreadsheet, make a PowerPoint slide of what your company is or your hobby, what you do, the means that people can contact you with, and whatever. If you make blankets for kittens, if you knit baby booties like Lot, if you, whatever, please print out what you do. And if you want to come up, I'm going to allow you to come up and tell what you do. Give people a method to contact you, like a website or an email or whatever. And I want us to form a family in which we use each other's services. This should be a mutually beneficial group where we don't just talk or listen to me speak. It's about us. It's a collective. And I want us to use our collective skills. The real ID is dangerous. You are giving up your rights. See, what happens is this country will put out something and no one listens. No one reads the fine print. They just jump on board. It's one of the most dangerous things. Look it up. Thank you, Locked. Copyright Fair Use Code 17, Section 107. Fair use is a limitation to copyright set forth in 17 U.S. Code 107 for purposes such as criticism and commentary. Any of the documentation that we use today from any other channel, both set in the West and Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, were used for just commentary, and we are not trying to infringe on the copyright. We don't own the copyright. We have never set forth any claim that we are in ownership right of the copyright. We are simply using it under fair use for commentary. Man, that is not true, LA Chic. You will be able to fly without having a real ID. What they do is if you don't have a real ID, you can fly without a real ID with your standard ID and a passport with no problem. However, if you have a standard ID and no passport, they're going to put you through extra searches and long lines and send you over to the corner and make you hold this red paper. So it's going to add time to your thing. If you are in states where the line is extremely long, like Chicago, like Atlanta, like the states that have massive airports and longer wait times, add at least an hour and a half to 2 hours to your travel time to ensure that you are not delayed, but they will let you through. However, you can use an ID and you can say, I opt out of the real ID process. You can opt out of that camera thing. You have the right to opt out. My people perish for lack of knowledge. My people perish for lack of knowledge. We have to get the knowledge about these things. Anything I say here can be vetted. You know my philosophy, cite your sources. Everything that I'm saying here, put something in the chat about the real ID and why people don't have to obtain the real ID and why it is in your best interest to not obtain the real ID. Reparations said Burkina Faso is a good choice. They have a sensible leader in Ibrahim Traore. Also, depending on your doctor and insurance, you can get 6 months, 1 year supply of your medication. No harm in being ready, people. Asheo, first and foremost, thank you for saying that. We, on this Dopest Nerd channel and the Nerd Herd family, we support General Ibrahim Traore. We support you, brother. We'll support Burkina Faso. I actually made a thumbnail. I had Nirvana make a thumbnail some time ago, and I was going to do that show. And then I think I got lost in the sauce of graduation and all that stuff, and I put it on delay. We want to salute you, General Ibrahim Traore. We want to salute you, the people of Burkina Faso. We love what you have done for your country. We love how your countrymen represent and protect. If those of you are not familiar with who General Ibrahim Traore is, please do your research and look him up. As it stands, there have been 24, in the last 2 years, there have been 24 assassination attempts against his life. 24. And the people of the country of Burkina Faso are standing in the gap for their general, their president. They are standing in the gap for him. They sleep around the palace to make sure that no one, and when I say palace, not a palace by what your standards that you think, the presidential home, they sleep around it and protect him. The last assassination attempt, major assassination attempt, they tried to infiltrate his security force, his private security force detail, and paid them, according to reports, this is what we hear, allegedly, $5 million to take him out. And so the security force made an agreement with, and they were paid in US dollars and francs. So that's to tell you where the assassination attempt came from. They made an agreement with the people and said, okay, pay us the money, we'll take it, $5 million. They took the $5 million and went to General Ibrahim Traore and gave it to him and said, these people are trying to assassinate you. This is what they paid us, and gave him the money. This man bought tons of tractors, tons of all of this equipment, opening schools, bought everything to create industry and help the farmers produce food and make it easy, and have just given it out to the people in the country. This is what leadership looks like. He is reclaiming the independence of Africa. He has demanded that France return the gold. France doesn't have one gold mine, but they have more gold reserves than almost any major superpower nation. How? Just like France has sucked the life out of Haiti. Haiti is not a poor country. Haiti is a third world country whose resources are depleted because France has still got their hand in their cookie jar. Everybody should just say, you're cut off. France will die off in no time. Even with all that gold, they will die off in no time because they don't produce their natural resources. Everything that they have, they're getting from elsewhere. And not only should they demand the gold back from France, but they should take it back. Thank you, Toynette, my love, and everybody. Yves, hey, thank you, baby. Happy birthday. Thank you for my birthday wishes. Kat said, happy birthday, Natanya. Every word you speak reminds us that we were born to rise. Oh, thank you, my love. Happy birthday, Natanya. Every word you speak reminds us we were born to rise. I love you for life. I love you right back, baby. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is what I'm talking about. Look at Locked. How to get your passport. USA.gov/apply-adult/passport. You can also get a passport card to travel within the contiguous United States, which is an easier process. And that allows you to, the passport card is typically for if you go on cruises to certain islands and things of that nature. However, if all you can afford to get right now is the passport card, get that passport card. Make it so that you are able to utilize the avenue of escape from this landmass, because when it gets bad, it's going to get bad. What do you think Build the Wall was about? He don't care about keeping them out. He's building a wall to keep everybody in when it goes down in America. If you don't believe me, have you ever heard of, let me put my air quotes, allegedly Walmart being FEMA camps? Have you ever heard of FEMA coffins? that they're stacked up in states all over this country, and that every Walmart has a waterway and a viaduct underneath the underneath side of Walmart, and that they are emptying out Walmart's. They've been doing this since well into 2014 when I was telling people this, and they thought I was cuckoo, emptying out water. I know you all have seen Walmarts that have just closed down in your communities, and they put these tall barbed wire fence, like in the lawn and garden section. They put them around the Walmart, and it has barbed wire stuff at the top because they are, quote unquote, turning them into prisons. You see how vast a Walmart store is? All right, y'all don't take me seriously. Y'all don't take me seriously. Bruno Simone said, in Europe, WEFers, EU, are pushing for CBDCs in October 1984 is upon us. In October, 1984 is upon us. Yes, the book 1984. Crates of Junior says, thank you for your helpful advice, Natanya. I want to beat Trump with the fury of Mike Tyson, George Foreman, and the Incredible Hulk combined. I hear you. Listen, stand in line, baby. You know how many people waiting for that? And you see him tripping up the stairs. Now, when Biden was in office and he was going up the stairs on the tarmac of the plane and he tripped, they kept playing that on a loop. You see your boy Trump tripped the other day? I keep telling y'all, Trump looks very ill to me. When I look at him, I don't see health. I see severe illness. I'm telling you, he is hanging on by a thread. He is significantly thinner. His hair looks so dry, drier than usual. His hair looks extremely dry and brittle and thin. His skin is wafer and thinner. His body is thinner. His face, and he's wearing, I don't know if you noticed, if you saw on the media, so Trump is easily distracted, and he's with the ish. He went to a WFC kind of, kickboxing ring or something, or the wrestling or whatever. But he went there, and a woman won the WFC fight. And so he was taking pictures and hugging with her and all this stuff. And then she put her belt on Trump's shoulder, and he took pictures with it. And then she was fastening it around his waist. And when they pushed back his jacket to fasten it around his waist, you could see a bulge in Trump's pants. Well, it has been discovered there is a Willie, what is his name? Willie something more. I watch. Sloan Kettering has described that as a Foley catheter. Trump is walking around with a catheter that has to be replaced monthly. Now, if your president has a catheter on that he cannot take out on himself, I'm telling you, he looks ill to me. This catheter thing just came out the other day, but I have been saying for a while that he looks very ill. If y'all remember, I said it on here before. I said he don't look right to me. He looks very ill. Natanya, I'm so confused about what you said about the real ID. I want to be able to fly. And they said, you can't fly. Listen, Leilani, the theys have destroyed this country and the foundation of America and the history of America forever. Trust me when I tell you, go do your research about the real ID. You will find out. You should be watching. I am QHEF, Dre_OG. I am Perky. Right 7X, Mod Trekka. You should be watching them. You will know already. You will see the scientists already that did the thorough study of everything in the Real ID system that tells you in the fine details. Once you sign up for that, you abdicate your rights and certify yourself as a U.S. A citizen of the new America, and you are absolved of your rights under statehood. You lose all your statehood rights. I'm telling you. Don't take my word for it. Go look and come back. But just here's what I ask you. What I always ask you, cite your sources. I'll cite mine. When you come back, when you go do your research and you read and you find out and you come back, please be sure to drop it in the chat whether I was right or wrong. I'm telling you, I'm not telling you anything to confuse you. I'm telling you to save you. If you have any hopes of still returning to this country once it restores to law and order and the normalcy that we're used to, I'm telling you, be mindful. You will come back and not have any states' rights. States' rights are important. So do your research. K-Lig said we can create a Google form that everyone can fill out. Absolutely. And Locked said email it to Renee Locked at lockedhere.don't-care. I guess at Gmail. Yes, K-Leg, can you help be a part of that too? Create the Google form? Thank you, my love. Between you and Locked, I know we will have that thing in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And let's do a clearinghouse of all of the stuff that all of the skills and abilities we have. You know, people may say, hey, I would like to leave America and I don't know anyone outside of the country. Maybe someone lives outside the country, like, hey, here are the opportunities that are available. There's housing in this place, in this country. This is what it costs. This is how you get here. This is what you do. Let's pool this as a resource for people to be able to have somewhere to go. It is literally dire straits right now. And if you think it looks bad, remember, anything that you see and you think is a particular way, it's worse than what you see. Those of you who remember when I told you watch the show Paradise, about the underground city that was created deep under the surface of the earth in a cave system that resembled normal life, middle America. Well, I was because I'm a deep diver. I don't just watch surface stuff. I'm a deep diver. It has come to my attention that I don't know if you remember when, and we can't say this on YouTube because IMQ-Hef's channel got struck, but you remember the event that happened in 2001 and 2 twin buildings in the state of New York were demolished, and it was a catastrophic event in America, considered the worst catastrophic event on American soil. While we can't say the name here because it would get your channel struck. And at the time, right before that happened, remember there was this whole thing about $21 trillion was missing. And Donald Rumsfeld said they can't account for, or $2 trillion, some massive amount of money that they could not account for. And then right after that, what happened? These 2 tall buildings in the state of New York were the victim of a traumatic situation, and a lot of people were hurt and unalived in that traumatic situation. And it's forever marked in the history and annals of time of America. Well, now you see Paradise. They said that's how much it costs to build out the city. They have a bunker style city under the country already. That was 24 years ago. That money that was quote unquote missing, and the demolition of those buildings that had all of the bearer bonds and the financial epicenter of the world in the Wall Street area, and all those companies and all those financial entities and all of those gold bars and stuff and financial hubs that held all these resources were demolished to dust, and nobody knows where they are. Well, that money was used to build those underground bunkers in the event of a cataclysmic, life-altering event in the United States of America, so that the elites and all of the people they deem worthy of living in that city with them until America comes back again can go and live under there. Now, please understand that Shaniqua, Bobby, and Pookie and Man ain't going. Now, they might have been, and the theory also in this line of knowledge has been that all of the people that have been coming up missing over and over, the possibility exists, allegedly, that they were taken and enslaved to build this underground city and other things. Allegedly. So all of this notwithstanding, when it's time for people to go live there, if you've seen the show, if you've seen Paradise, you saw how diligently they screened all the people that ended up there. I'm sure the name Pookie, Man, Felicia, and Shanique were not on the list. Y'all better be able to get somewhere else. And don't wait till the last minute, because if you wait till the last minute, you asking to, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what I'll say. what up, Al? What's the deal, baby? Elle said, thanks. I had to give my god sister birthday shout out. We used to work together and got so much advice and knowledge from her. She deserves the best that life has to offer with so much love from Elle. What up, Elle? Everybody give some love to my boy, Elle. I just happened to see a comment like, hold on. I love you, babe. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want you guys to be aware. Okay. You see what AC said? Thank you so much, Elle. I appreciate you and I love you so much. AC said, at everyone, there is a journalist on CBS who said he is not getting the real ID. He will just use his passport. I'm trying to warn y'all. You know, I'll be giving out information and people be like, okay. And then they come back, oh, wow, you were right. I'm telling you, the real ID is the setup for the fail. But Americans are trained to just go with the status quo. If they say, stomp your foot 3 times, turn around in a circle and scratch your ear, Americans will do it and not ask why. Another good movie for you to watch is, if you haven't seen Divergent, please watch the movie Divergent. All of those type of movies like Hunger Games and all, what do you think they're trying to illustrate? Who do you think is being hunted in those movies? What do you think listen, it's the whole thing that they say, does life imitate art or does art imitate life? I would dare to say it is a amalgamation of both. I think life imitates, or art imitates life, and they predictively program us by showing us things, because universal law dictates that in order for them to do anything, they have to say it first. But if they tell you guys directly, mayhem will ensue. So if they put it in a movie, you'll say, oh, it's just entertainment. Okay, believe that if you want to. But I know you saw Sinners. And if you invite a devil in your house, you're done. If you invite a vampire in your house, you're done. That's why I always say this place is a place of purity. If you come with any malevolence, evil, witchcraft, hold, bind, spells, iniquity, evil, anything, demonic entity, we rebuke you back to the depths of hell from whence you came, never to return again. For I'm a child of God, Yeshua, the Christ of Nazareth. No weapon formed against us shall prosper, thus saith the Lord. I rebuke you back to the depths of hell from whence you came. You have no dominion here or no authority. I declare and decree in the ever-loving name of Yeshua, the Christ of Nazareth, Yahuwah and Yahusha, you have no dominion here. You have no power and authority, and you don't belong here. I rebuke you to the depths of hell from whence you came. Back down there. Get thee behind me, Satan, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities of darkness, against the rulers of darkness in this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places, for which we are prepared and covered with the full armor of God, breastplate of righteousness, sword of truth, helmet of salvation. You ain't got no wins over here, devil, so get thee behind me and rebuke yourself out of here. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm trying to share information. I know it sounds contradictory to what mainstream society says, but mainstream society ain't never told you the truth, never, not once. Kara said, Natanya, what you're talking about sounds like the beginning of what people went through in World War II, eerily similar. Hope it doesn't get to that. I pray so as well, but hey, Toinette said, bonjour, Burkina Faso. Let me tell you something. Reparation said, Ashe, Asheo, Asheo. Cook's Crate said, Trump salivates over World War III. Wake up. Indeed. They don't want the country to be, AC said they don't want the country to be independent, and they do not. They do not. They don't stand to gain anything with a free, independent nation. Why do you think there is this extreme Trusty Dusty show producer? Can you do Mama a favor? Yeah? You ain't hear me? I said, can you do me a favor? Yeah. For a second, I was like, did I just see Nirvana pass by? Or was that?
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
You scared me. Hey, not the Musically shirt. Musically. Blasian. Give me some ice and water, please. Thank you. With a little here. Guys, I brought this bottle here too because I want to show you something. This is what Nirvana and I drink every day. Oh, you can't see it. Let's see. Y'all showed me I gotta put my hand behind it or something. Ooh.
Girl.
Okay, Chlorofresh. Nature's Way Chlorofresh. Chlorofresh is chlorophyll. What happened?
Is it reverse or something?
No, it's the light. Okay, there we go. So Chlorofresh. Chlorofresh is chlorophyll. You add this to your water. It doesn't have a taste. It does have a light scent of peppermint, but it has no taste. It's dark green. When she brings you back my glass of water, you can put some chlorophyll in my water. Don't put a ton, just a little tip. I want to show you what it looks like. You need to be drinking chlorophyll to get heavy metals out of your body. They are dropping heavy metals. Give me no, it should have been less than that, but that's okay. Fill it up with water for me and put this back in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
I want you guys to order yourself from the Chlorofresh, chlorophyll, and get those heavy metals out of your body. It's destroying your body. It's causing the big C, and these things are having a negative impact on your body. Also, lay off of the sodas because the Coca-Cola bottling company allegedly and the Pepsi-Cola bottling company have put nanoparticles in their beverages. So they don't only make sodas, they also make sodas, they make Simply lemonade, they make orange juice, they make vitamin water, they make all those things. Listen, water does the body good. I drink a little lemonade, and I must admit, prior to me hearing about the nanoparticles, my guilty pleasure every so often was a Dr. Pepper, because that is some good stuff. However, you know what? No, not nanoparticles in my body. I don't need it, and neither do you. Trust me, nanoparticles, all of this 5G, 6G, all this stuff. Listen, they're gonna be trying to turn folks into zombies. Like, don't take my word for it. Some of y'all might think I'm saying things that sounds bizarre, but trust me when I tell you, say I'm not. Look at this. Thank you, Locked, the dopest mod in the land. Fly without a real ID. CNBC.com. The real ID is here, but you can still fly without one. Now, why would something like this, why would there be a link that exists already for this if it's not true? If what I'm saying is not true? You don't possibly think that that link was just created when I told you about it. I'm telling you, don't get the real ID. You will regret it. But you said, no, it is not. And Haiti has something rare that is not everywhere in the world. Absolutely. People think Haiti is a poor nation. It is not. When y'all see Wakanda, Black Panther, Haiti is Wakanda with vibranium. Haiti also has gold reserves. Listen, the reason that Haiti is enduring what it, first of all, sac passe to the Haitian massive, okay? My godmother, God rest her soul, the great Ila St. Victor, Irene St. Victor, that's my godmother. God rest her soul, okay? I'm down with the Haitian massive. I have Haitian family. And my daughter-in-law family's Haitian. And my grandchild is part Haitian. Haitians are the real deal Holyfield, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Okay? You want to know why Haiti is continuing to receive the treatment that is receiving on the world stage? Because very, very many moons ago, when this little petulant narcissist named Napoleon, aka Napoleon Complex, little short dude, always got his hand in his vest, when they were going around and colonizing nations and taking advantage of nations, they had already stripped Haiti and done so much wickedness to Haiti. Haiti said, we done had enough. Napoleon's army was considered the undefeatable army, the impenetrable army. It was 30,000 soldiers. Haiti, with, they said less than, I think it was less than 3,000 Haitian, I don't know if to call them soldiers or just Haitian nationals and people that knew how to work the bush system and in the swamps, defeated the army that was considered the undefeatable army, annihilated Napoleon's army and sent them home packing with almost less than, I don't even think it was maybe 400 soldiers left. Defeated them mercilessly. They have never let Haiti down. Do you know why people think Haiti is so poor? Because France is continuing to charge Haiti for the the destruction and the loss of life for those 30,000 soldiers. They're basically saying you owe us for annihilating our military. Y'all better act like y'all know and get some real history in y'all. Y'all better find out who Jean-Jacques Dessalines is and Toussaint Louverture. Clock that pronunciation. Don't think your girl is just here for shits and giggles. You know I know some stuff. You don't see me with a book. You don't see me with an earpiece. Ain't nobody feeding me information. This all lives in my head. When I say the dopest nerd, I truly mean the dopest nerd. These facts live in my brain. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think or thought. I'm telling you what I know. You see, Wakanda and all that vibranium, that's Haiti. You better act like you know. Locked said again, use the reaction emojis at the bottom of the chat. Just tap on the arrow underneath for more emojis. It's a fun, easy way to react anonymously and engage with us. Don't be scared now. And Bruna Simone says, sovereignty has a price. Asheo, sis. It absolutely does. Sovereignty has a price. Locked. WTW. What the world? I don't know. What does WTW mean? I'm old school. Y'all don't laugh at me. I'm 55 today, y'all. 55. Oh, Lock be on it, baby. Be on it. As you know, Lock said, cite your sources. Nerd with glasses and teacher's apple. FEMA coffins are very scary. Look them jokers up. There's tons of them. I'm talking in your city now. If there is a part of, let's say you live in a metropolitan city and there's a suburban region right around your metropolitan city, I guarantee you there is a plot of land, a big field in a suburban area near you full of FEMA coffins. You don't believe me? Go on Google Earth and type in FEMA coffins. I bet you they come up in your community. Put a zip code in your community and put FEMA coffins. I bet you they'll come up. So this, she put a lot of chlorophyll in the water, but this is what it looks like. As you can see, the green color. And I tell you, it doesn't have a taste. And even if you thought it had a taste, grow up. We are adults. Y'all be putting some, you know your girl is a woman of the kingdom. I'm a kingdom walker. I'm a woman of the Holy Spirit. But y'all be putting some stuff in your mouth you ain't got no business. So y'all could drink this green water. Okay? That's enough of that. It doesn't taste bad at all. In fact, it tastes delightful. Eve said, yes, I used to work in Walmart. I used to work at Walmart in South Carolina back in 2018. I'm back in NYC now. So you know what I'm talking about those. Yes. I don't know if you could say this on YouTube, and I don't want no problems. Y'all can read that screen. So I'm not going to repeat it because there's a lot of things we can't say. And I don't want, we already compromised with the song. So I believe they try to do that in St. Louis. Absolutely. And guys, when you go over, see Locked put the link for Mod Tricker. When you go over to these channels, when you go to Mod Tricker, when you go to I Am QF, when you go to I Am Perky, when you go to Dre OG, when you go to Right 7X, tell them the dopest nerd Natanya sent you. Just let them know I sent you. Locke said, happy birthday to Natanya. Happy birthday, Natanya. Hey, guys, if you want to show me love and you want to send a super chat or you want to send a Cash App or a Venmo or whatever, feel free to do that. I appreciate the love. It's a love offering. We do tithes and offerings here. Send a tithes and offering. Won't you come? These are the options that you can utilize to send your tithes or offerings. You can send a super chat or a super sticker to the channel, or you can utilize the Cash App, which is $ the dopest nerd with an A. You can use the Venmo, Diamond in the Rough, PayPal, or ditterinc@gmail.com. That's my business. I told you guys I have a reupholstery business. It's called Diamond in the Rough. So that's what that is. And absolutely, you see on the screen, $ butterfly blue, butterfly BUDDAFLY BLUE. Show your girl Locked some love, because Locked be doing it. He said, I'm not protesting with the Latinos. See, what they don't, here's what they don't understand. There was an attempt to undermine Black people who, through a series of, so please understand that when you hear the statement, the indigenous people of this landmass, the indigenous people, they call them Indians. Colonizers will change your name. They're Native Americans, and not even Americans, because this landmass, before it was America, it was changed by a Viking named Amerigo Vespucci. That's where America came from. But it was not their land either to colonize and change. So the natives of this landmass, much of this landmass belongs to Mexico, which is the irony of all of this hypocrisy. Much of this landmass belongs to Mexico. I started telling people back in because I used to follow the census and all these statements, and all of these agencies. I started telling people back in 2012, 2013, that the United States Census said by the time 2040 came around, the white man would be the statistical minority on this landmass. And listen, they pretty much are. They're not far from it. If you believe that the United States of America, that Black people have been 13% of the population for the last 100 years, you're out of your mind. Don't believe those numbers. You believe those numbers if you want to. That's also a part of the colonization. Y'all got to stop believing the man. That's why he got so much power, because he tells you, he blows smoke up your behind and tell you it's a cookout, tell you it's a barbecue, and you be like, what, they got steaks on the grill? Stop believing everything the colonizers tell you. They are liars. History shows they are liars. Majority of these old buildings and these old things that they swore that they built, baby, this is old parts of Tartaria. This is the Tartarian Empire. They did not build any of this. They found this. There is a great reset that happens on this earth every so many years. And a lot of these structures were built in another time by another group of people. They were not built by these people. If you look at the old historical pictures and you see these big state houses and the Capitol and all these things and these buildings, listen, look in the background of those old pictures. It's a vanilla sky. Look around the edges of the building. You'll see where the background was painted out and it all looks like an old white vanilla sky. Also, look at the street. The street is empty. What cartographer took these pictures? Because the person taking the picture are taking them high up, down at a distance to the street. Who took the pictures? There's usually one horse and buggy over here, one over there, and no people on the street. Or you might see one guy in a top hat. Like, are you serious? What did they tell you? Everybody stay off the street today. We taking aerial pictures? Stop believing the hype of the junk that these people tell you. History is not what you think it is. So you gotta get free from the matrix. Now, the reason that they are going so hard of getting rid of the Latinos is because while every other section of society is trying to, I'm living my best life, and the young white women are opting to not have kids, and there's a lot of, and no disrespect to anybody, there's a lot of homosexuals in the world, so that subsection of people are not having children. A lot of young people that want to go run in the Andes Mountains and go on a nature hike in the Adirondacks or whatever, and they're not having children. They're not starting families young like once upon a time. And so what's happening is, ever since 2012, when I started looking, it said white Americans were in, the term is, while being a factoid, there's a lot of words in my head. They were negative population growth. Negative population growth means more of you are dying every year than are being born. So their statistical numbers have been going down. Now, I always tell people, I am not your minority. Do not ever call me a minority, because I'm not one. Black people in this world are the diasporic majority. There are more Black people in the world than anyone else. If you look at the map, you see the legend on the bottom of the map that tells you all the different pieces of information. Well, here's what you don't know. All of these maps are made over by cartographers, and they have different names. They are trying to fool society into believing what they want them to believe. If you look at old maps from the 1500s, before Antarctica was quote unquote discovered, or excuse me, before Alaska and certain places was discovered, you'll see there's the ice wall around Antarctica. The belief system is that allegedly there are other land masses outside of the ice wall and other life. These cartographers draw maps to convey what they want you to believe. Don't believe the hype of what they tell you. This original landmass that was called, first of all, the entire continental land map of the world as we know it, all the 7 continents, was once called Pangea. They were all connected before a fault line exploded and they separated into 7 continents. They were once one landmass. So this whole notion of, oh, you think only Black people were in Africa? No. Black people were on this landmass as well. The indigenous people of this landmass were Black and what is considered Native Americans, i.e. what people call Indians. And most of the Native Americans and the Creek people were Black. Okay? Seminoles, Choctaw, all of these things. When you see these very extremely light complected, quote unquote, Native Americans or Indians, there's a term called the $5 Indian. Go look it up. It was when the white people paid to get on the Indian rolls because there were treaties amongst the United States of America and the Native Americans that they had rights afforded to them that could not be stripped of them. And they had extra rights afforded to them that would give them land and all types of stuff and absolve them of tax debt. And so white people came up with the notion, oh, I'm going to pay $5 and get on the rolls. I think it was called the Dawes Rolls. And they got on the rolls, and that's what they call a $5 Indian. They had no Indian DNA. Some of these very families are fighting actual native families that can prove their lineage all the way back, that are Chickasaw, Choctaw, Creek Indians, Seminoles, all these things, fighting them for land and the right to inherit things. And they are not even really Native Americans, which could be easily solved with a blood test that they would not. Every time they have a negotiation of these treaties and all the stuff, they refuse to submit themselves to blood tests. You know why? Because they'll lose everything. They ain't got to drop a native nothing in them. Okay? They white. So let's lay it on the line. Y'all want this truth? You can't handle the truth. You might want the truth, but you can't really, some of y'all can't handle it. Some of y'all ain't ready for this truth. A friend of mine got a talk show called Too Much Truth. The great Derek Bozeman. Some of y'all ain't ready for this truth. But if we're going to be real and we're going to get life right, we got to hit you. Listen, the truth shall set you free. Put on your big girl panties and your big boy briefs and take in this truth. It shall set you free. I'm telling you, understand what is happening here. And so people are rising up and wanting back what's rightfully theirs. All of these people running around saying, go back where you came from. Do you think all of these insurgents and MAGA people are native to this landmass? How do you come and steal a people's land and then tell other people go back where they came from when you are clearly European immigrants? We got y'all history book. When Europe was emptying out all of their criminals, these are not even the creme de la creme de society. Who they sent to the New World was the criminals. They emptied their jails and sent the riffraff, the cast off, the trash. They sent them to America. Like, let's be honest. You are not native to this landmass, but you're walking around telling everybody, get out of this country. Portions of LA and portions of, this country where they're snatching people from were formerly parts of Mexico that the colonizers stole. How dare you throw them out of their landmass twice? Like, the lunacy of it all is just disgusting. It's just disgusting. I need y'all to stop reading into this superficial trash that they tell y'all is history and get into this real deal Holyfield. When you look at the maps that they show us, The maps have been resized based on people's ego. Cartographers resize the land masses to make other nations feel big. Greenland, so small. So small. Africa is way bigger than what you see on your standard map. In fact, Africa in landmass size is so big, every other single continent can fit on the landmass of Africa like a puzzle, and there's still pieces left. That's how big Africa is. But they shrunk Africa on the map so that other white nations felt better about themselves. I ain't telling you a lie. I'm telling you the truth. You don't believe me? Go look it up. Go look it up. Go look it up. You'll see. I'm telling the truth. Go look up, Google other maps, or go on DuckDuckGo, because Google also is directed by the colonizers, and they will only show you that which they want you to know. Oh, listen, honey, let me tell you something, Eves. The 92% said, my name is Flynn, and I ain't in. You know why things are not going the way? See, they thought they would have had martial law in this land already. You ain't got to worry. Black people got the word. We spread that message out. Stand back and stand down. This ain't our fight. Leave this to other people, because people are comfortable with us putting our lives on the front line. They like Black people to get out there in the front line so they can assassinate us. Because let me tell you something. You see all that's going on in LA, and the Latinos are fighting, baby. If they were Black people in mass, all of them would have been shot down already. Okay? If a young boy named Trayvon Martin can't walk to the store and get Skittles and a lemonade without being tracked down and killed by one of the I will vote for Donald Trump, because baby, George Zimmerman ain't now white. Okay? He ain't white. In fact, if they see George Zimmerman on the street, he will get taken off by ICE too, before he gets to say, my last name is Zimmerman, because they're going by what they see. We try to tell the Latinos, do not fall for Trump's plan. He doesn't like y'all. He's not going to give you anything. And they said, we'll show you Black people. They thought because, see, white people are afraid of Latinos because they are the largest growing demographic. They're rapidly growing demographic. Their numbers are increasing exponentially. They have children. They have families. They continue to stay with families and grow their families and reproduce at higher rates than whites. Since 2011, 2012, white people have been in negative population growth. Do you think that there's any other reason that they're getting rid of the Latinos here? Because the census backed down from 2040 something all the way down to 2039. Then it went to 2037. Now they're saying by 2032, white man will be the statistical minority on this landmass. And they said, oh no, that's too close to 2025, baby. Y'all out of here. If we don't get rid of y'all now, we'll never get. They are trying to uphold the system of white supremacy. That is what this is about. They don't care about, because guess what? Then every time they put somebody out, they're saying, we don't want food, we don't want produce, we don't want our, and I'm not saying this is the only jobs that Latinos have, but I'm saying Americans are so lazy that they don't do these jobs, baby. They don't do these jobs. Latinos statistically come over to this country, or immigrants of all nations come to this country and are willing to do the jobs that Americans say, who, me? No, darling, I don't pick watermelons, darling. I only eat them. No, darling, I don't cut grass. I only like to see my yard luxurious and win yard of the year, but I don't cut grass. Americans have drank the Kool-Aid and they believe they own hype. And while you're getting rid of everybody, who's going to do the work? You see what's happening to all the farms? All those farmers have lost their farms. They lost their farms, not losing, lost their farms already, because they used to get USDA grants. So you thought that they were just living good. You thought that they were working hard across town and making good money and living good. No, they was getting corporate welfare, AKA USD grants. They got thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars from the USDA. But you know what the USDA also is responsible for? Food stamps, the SNAP program, school lunch, WIC, and all those things. And see, they want to eviscerate anything that they think is public assistance. But guess who gets more public assistance? Guess who gets more food stamps than anybody in America? White people. more food stamps, more public assistance, more welfare benefits, more Section 8 than anyone. So while you was spouting this whole, oh, you people just want government assistance, you forgot that you was on it. You thought Trump was going to cut it just for those people, but he cut it all. See, Elon Musk and all them, they don't understand nuance. Trump doesn't understand nuance. So when you're talking about those people are on welfare and those people want public assistance and food stamps, and then you said, cut it all. And they cut it, and guess what? Now your grandmama can't get her Medicaid or Medicare or prescriptions or food stamps or anything. They are destabilizing America. I watched a white lady that had a good job say less than 30 days, she went from employed and housed to homeless and unemployed in less than 30 days. Less than 30 days. A woman said a homeless guy walked up to her and asked her for money, and she said, buddy, I am one paycheck away from being out here with you. I ain't got it. This is the reality of life. When you close all the agencies, they made, now you know the Democratic royal family in politics has been the Kennedys. Well, this Kennedy, he's so angry with not feeling, he was maybe the kid that nobody listened to in the family. Robert F. Kennedy. They made him the head of Health and Human Services. Do you know this man just recently closed the CDC and shut the buildings down? What? The CDC? The Center for Disease Controls that administers and oversees the spread of contagious illnesses and reports to the public and keeps everybody safe. So when the next humbubalosmosis spread goes out, who's going to let you know? The building is closed. They are taking federal employees' jobs. They're getting rid of. And this is the law. This is the allegedly. The Center for Disease Control that oversees the spread of contagious diseases and public health. You close that agency? Why? 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 Nerd Herd, read Kara's post. Kara said, if all the Americans here share out this live to family and friends, and they do likewise, the ripple effect of good information going out with these good links for your passports, etc. Asheo. Asheo. Thank you, my love. Thank you for saying that. And I know I'm so far back in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Yvonne, for my birthday wishes. Thank you, everybody. Reparations said, it will take only 10% of us on a certain frequency to get rid of Trump spiritually. Let us remember what Haiti did to a whole nation when they were tapped into their spirituality and discipline. Asheo reparations, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. After that, the FEMA coffins happened. Yes. I worked for an airline at the time. Rumsfeld did the speech on the missing money. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle Moulton. Yes, he did. And then after that, y'all know what happened. And now we got the show Paradise to let y'all know where you're not getting ready to go, where you're not going to be. That's where they going to be living, but y'all ain't going to be there. And I'm in the y'all. We ain't going to be there. Anybody notify you and let you know that your name was on a spreadsheet to come live in Paradise? No. And listen, Paradise wasn't so much paradise. They showed you all the problems they had, right? That's right, Michelle. It was the following day of his speech. This happened because that's how yes, the Georgia Guidestones. Come on now, speak on it. They destroyed them, right? Okay, guys, remember what Locke says. Chat, do Natanya a favor and get creative with the spelling of the hot topic word like chump instead of you-know-who, and war with 2 R's, FEMA with 2 E's, WWW3, for example. It hurts the channel. Big Brother is watching. So be creative with those words. Put the extra letters in so we don't have issues with these people. And everything on this channel is for entertainment and educational purposes and is alleged. Thank you, Locked. Toinette said, Natanya, you spoke about, we'll call him Trump, before he got elected. And let me tell you, he is everything stated. A Ross Bomba. You're right. You are 100% right. That is absolutely true. I told y'all, and you remember how them people got on me? They went crazy. The Trump people came and bombarded the channel and went buck wild. And I was like, what are they doing here? And then I realized, I think Locke told me because I put Trump in the title. Baby, they out there fishing. Preach, sister, and they are going to get more. Preach, sister, and they are going to get more enslaved from all of the black children they will get from deporting their parents. Asheo, listen, let me tell you something. You see that thing where they taking parents and leaving the children? Where do you think those children are going to? Remember what happened the last time when they were putting people in cages? All those children that came up missing? Unaccounted for, thousands of children in the government's hand. Don't be no fool. So I understand you feel like you're fighting, but what you should have done is look at the playbook of Black Americans in this country for how long? We warned y'all not to believe in them. Y'all made a whole song. Mind you, the song got a little bop to it. Oh my God, I will vote for Donald Trump. The song got a bop to it, but you didn't listen because you were willing to disavow your own people for adjacency and a seat at the table. Boo-boo. They never invited you in for a seat at the table. They invited you in to clean the table after they finished sitting and eating. You were never invited to the table. You thought you were adjacent because of complexion. You don't have the right complexion for protection, boo. You still got melanin. I don't care how light you are. You still got melanin and they can see it. If you ain't Nebraska corn-fed, blonde hair, Sandy Brown, no, you was too, no. They see the melanin in those lips. You could try to, what they call it, avada la raza, and improve the race. Baby, don't believe the hype. You see that colonization mentality? Improve la raza? No. That means date somebody lighter so you can make the family lighter. Listen, get those stupid antiquated ideas out your head. They don't love you. They don't even like you. And that is why you are facing this deportation now. The one thing you didn't understand is Black people are native to this landmass. We did not immigrate here. We didn't ask to come. Now, of course, some, and Black is not a nation. That is why they named us that. So that they could strip us of our rights. Stop falling for the okie doke. Stop falling for the okie doke. I keep trying to drop a gem and drop a word. People don't want to believe it. They think I'm speaking hyperbole or making stuff up. Come on. You see where all of this stuff is? In my head. Nirvana's college wish list. That is the link for Nirvana's college wish list. You know the Trusty Dusty show producers going off to college soon. Be sure to hit the list. There's a few items on the list. They're not very expensive at all. Be a dear, and that is a part of my birthday gift. Feel free to buy something for your girl to go off to college so she's fully equipped when she goes off to this world to do what she wants to do. Oh, chlorophyll is delicious. It has no taste, and it has a very light peppermint mist, fresh scent. And you know when you get a certain age, yeah, you can go online and order it. I'm telling you. Because they're dropping metals. Like you see all these chemtrails that are in the sky. What do you think is in those chemtrails? Metal particulates is raining down on us every day. They try to say those are contrails from the back of a plane. No, ma'am. People are literally flying pentagrams in the sky using chemtrails. I'm telling you. Leilani said, boy, you are dropping so many gems on your birthday. For real. Asheo, God didn't leave me here for nothing. He imbued all of this information and brilliance in my brain, and I am called to share it. We are all called to share it. It serves me no good to go to sleep at night and keep it all to myself. It serves me no good. That's why there's always civil unrest. And let me tell you something. Going out and being in the street without a plan. See, this is what happens. What they're doing is they're forcing. And I'm gonna tell you something. Now. Make no mistake about it. Trump and them are actually, and I'm never saying anything to defend them. Promise to God, never, not once, saying anything to defend them. I'm telling you, they are being very, very restrained with the martial law on these people in Cali. Very restrained. They are out there recklessly. There's a million generals out there. What they say, everybody wants to be chief, nobody wants to be an Indian. There's a million individuals doing whatever they want. War is for the youth, and war is for young people, and wisdom and counsel is for the elders. Had they looked, people judge Martin Luther King, people judge all those people, but you know what they had? A plan. The SCLC, you may not agree with their tactic. Let people slap you and turn the other cheek and you may not agree with their tactic, baby, but guess what they had? A plan. Guess what y'all don't have? A plan. Y'all out there as a million generals and nobody's a soldier doing any old thing. You don't learn. You didn't learn. Black people made the playbook. They laid down the whole playbook for y'all. With BLM, y'all thought y'all was talking junk about us, but we were organized. There was a plan. That is why we made a difference and things got changed. You may think they were not that big, but trust me, change comes in micro doses. It doesn't always come the way you think it does. A lot of things changed. But being out there reckless with 100 generals and no soldiers, being out there reckless with 100 chiefs and no Indians, baby, is a recipe for disaster. And let me tell you something, they're being very restrained. If those people were black, they would have took them down already. But what they want to do is they're being easy with them. Although they're shooting rubber bullets and stuff like that, they're being easy with them because they're hoping that we jump out there and go help them. Black people, stay in your homes. Stay in your place. Mind your business. This is not our war. Because guess what? When it was our war, a lot of people would not stand up with us. And this war that they're in is because they wanted to disavow us. They saw themselves as the biggest growing demographic that was going to come and take over. When white people came, those same Latinos that was like, oh, get rid of the illegal Latinos. We came over here legally. Those over there, those are illegals. Get rid of them. People who signed and voted for Trump to get their cousin evicted, you trust those people? Baby, they was going to give us their ass the kiss. They was coming for us, baby. They was gunning for us. You don't hear the insults they saying out there? Oh, black people, how could you do this? You're stupid. Listen here. This ain't our fight, boo. We've been fighting for hundreds and hundreds of years. Black people was enslaved in the shores of America for 400 plus years. You don't think we fought enough? Ever since a black woman came from another place and set foot on this landmass, we have been here in service of everyone else except ourselves. And they are still trying to make it like this. The 92% said, no, we warned you. You didn't want to listen because you thought those were your friends and you wanted to disavow us. And so now this is your fight to have. They're not building a wall to keep Mexicans out and other nationalities out. They're building a wall to keep Americans in. Another thing, when you talk about the history of slavery in America, the people were not slaves. They were enslaved people, not slaves. We are not your minority. We were not slaves. We were enslaved. That's a different thing. Just because someone enslaves you doesn't make you a slave. It is the system of slavery that enslaved people, but the people themselves were not slaves. They were people. They were humans being run over and ruled and dehumanized by a bunch of colonizers with malintent and evil hearts under the guise of the Bible. The only way we overcome all of this foolishness is to get this real truth. There's too much truth. I know people can't handle it. Be careful. Be careful. That's right. Haiti is the first Black free independent nation. Please get into that. They're not poor, they're wealthy, but they are being pillaged and plundered and raped by France. And that day is over too. Trust me. Colonialism is the devil that continues to hold us back. We have more in common than we have, apart. We have more in common. They lied to y'all just like they lied to us. You think, did you see the concert that day? I will vote for Donald. You saw many MAGA hats in there? They had on almost the whole audience was a sea of red. MAGA and Latinos for Trump. Some of those very activists are already deported and in El Salvadorian prisons. We warned y'all. We said, don't do it. Now imagine what a lovely utopian society we'd be living now if we had a president named Kamala Harris. And no one said she was perfect, but why are y'all looking for such utter perfection from Kamala when you was willing to take subpar, less than human standards from the 46 other white men that ran this country for the history of this nation? Why was y'all looking for excellence from Kamala? Because you had PDF files as presidents, you had slave owners as presidents, and everything in between. Crooks, criminals, this, that, everything in between. But you wanted Kamala to be above reproach in every way. Now, I hate to go for the lesser of the two evils, but who do you think? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Kamala would have been a better president than Trump. I want to see what this says. I'm far back in the chat, so let me scroll on down. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Kamala. Not only was Paradise very realistic, my love, Paradise is the truth. The universal law dictates they can do anything, but they must notify us. Paradise is what is going to go down. Please know that. Please know that. Absolutely, baby. What the Health? I told y'all about that. Watch What the Health. It is a documentary about health and what you should and should not be consuming. Yep, Haiti is Wakanda. Haiti has vibranium and natural resources. Hey, 55 and thriving. Asheo, yes, I am, Jay. Jeannie said, I have an 8-year-old palate. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Kamala would have been better than this. I am far back in the chat. Sheesh. Let me press no comments. Thank you. Oh, I saw that somebody, I skipped it. Let's see. I did see that somebody gave 5 memberships. I'm scrolling up the thing trying to find it so I can acknowledge. I'm sorry, guys. I was so far back in the chat by the time I pressed the button. It shot me past it. I saw that there was some new memberships. Wow, I really was far back. Well, here it is. K-Lig. Hey, shout out to K-Lig. K-Lig gifted 5 The Dopest Nerd memberships. If you were so blessed to have received one of those 5 memberships, by all means, guys, please give a shout out to your girl K-Lig for this amazing gift. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. So many people had so much to say about Kamala Harris. So many people had such vile things to say. I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial. Among the other controversial things I've said, I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial. Some people will like it. Other people won't. Some people will get in their feelings. Other people won't. You know what? While I love my people, sometimes I'd rather hurt you with the truth than fool you with a lie. This unrealistic expectation of perfection that people were seeking from Kamala Harris, where was your expectation of perfection for the 46 other white men that ran this country into the ground? Where was it? The reason Kamala, let me tell you the single reason Kamala was not elected president. Because all of these other nationalities, white women, Latino women, white men, and black men, and Asians that can't stand the notion of a black woman telling them what to do. Those are the same people that work a job and the boss is a black woman and they all got an attitude with her. But guess what a mama gonna do? What a black mama gonna do? She gonna work it out, baby. She gonna make $1 out of 15 cents. Everybody here gonna be combed, neat. Everybody's sneakers gonna be clean. You're gonna have a whole full wardrobe from back to school. The bill's gonna be paid. That house gonna be clean. The dishes gonna be washed. There's gonna be food in that pantry, and everybody gonna have something. Christmas, you ain't gonna go on Christmas and be like, I ain't getting nothing. You gonna get it. Mama might put she might put them Christmas gifts on layaway in February, but by the time Christmas get here, baby, everybody will have a gift. Listen, now if I'm lying, I'm flying. Tell me I'm wrong. You ain't never been taken care of, loved, or governed unless you had a grown black woman giving you some love and taking. I'm telling you. I've seen in the chat, and not necessarily our chat, but other chats and all over social media where there's a thread that says, oh my God, where a white lady was like, oh my God, I was having such a rough day. And this older black lady said, come here, baby. Come and talk to mama and tell me what you need. What's going on? And said, you look like you need a hug, and gave a hug. She said, oh my God. This older black woman gave me a hug, and I feel like my entire life has purpose now. Listen, if you never had it, you don't know what you're missing. It was nationalities that live subjugated by the patriarchy in their countries that are now members of American society that can't stand the notion of a black woman being over them. That is why Kamala is not. That is why you are all enduring this now. If you a sincere, honest person, speak truth in the chat. If you're a sincere, honest person, speak truth in the chat. Because you let 46 other white men run America to the ground. Y'all ain't said a damn thing. Y'all be like, okay, yes, sir. Okay. But y'all wanted perfection from Kamala. Perfection. And stop falling for the okie doke, okay? Because not that long ago, it was the one drop rule. How many people know what the one drop rule is? Put a 2 in the chat if you know what the one drop rule says. And I know we have people from all over the world, and some of you may not have heard the one drop rule. Put a 2 in the chat if you know what the undrop rule is. Hey, shout out to Keisha. I told y'all, baby, it ain't a party unless you got Keisha in the house. Shout out to Keisha. Thank you for the super chat, my love. She said, I love you as a person. Stay strong, sis. God got you. Thank you so much, sis. I love you. Thank you so much. Put a 2 in the chat. We got a lot of people in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if you know what the one drop rule is. And if you don't know what the one drop rule is, put a 3 in the chat and I will explain it to you. But y'all gonna get these truths. That's right, Jay. If you know what the one drop rule is, put a 2 in the chat. If you don't know what the one drop rule is, put a 3 in the chat. It's very important. All right, we got a few. I'm gonna wait for a few more. The one drop rule was an informal rule that society went by. The United States society was governed by even before America was the United States of America, when it was still the 13 colonies. It was an unspoken rule of the law of the land that if you had even one drop of black blood in your body, you were considered black. You could be as white as the driven snow. If you were found to have even one drop of black blood, you were considered black. You could be, you know how they say, father's baby, a mama's baby, father's maybe? That came from the plantation, because the black woman, enslaved woman, would have a husband, but the slave master would be in the back in the hut or in the shed with the black enslaved woman, graping her, and the baby would be born looking like the slave master of the plantation. And so the term mama's baby, papa's maybe came from that. That's why when they trace your bloodline, they trace your matrilineal line, your mother's line, because of so many situations of grape in the history of the enslavement of black people. You could not, you would divvy off with the bloodline of the men, because a lot of it was the plantation owner's bloodline and not the mother's husband. But a lot of those mothers' husband kept the children, raised the family, and kept one like that. One drop rule means if you had one drop of black blood, you were considered black. That means, you see how the movie Sinners, they had Haley Steinfeld, Mary in the movie, and they said, how come she's in there? She aesthetically, phenotypically, she looked white. She said, my granddaddy was half black. So in her mind, she was black because that's how society treated her and where she came from. However, that's why he made her move to another town, because for those people who didn't know her lineage, she could pass. That's the term passing. Passing meant you phenotypically, you had white features, white, aesthetically white looking hair. And as long as you stayed out of the sun, you could pass as a white person. Lots of people literally left their home states and went to another place and passed because life was difficult and they wanted a semblance of life for themselves and their children. And as long as aesthetically they could pass as white people, they would do that. How come all of a sudden these same colonizers and colonialists now say, oh, is Kamala black? She ain't black. She Jamaican. Hello. Understand the difference between race, national origin or nationality, culture, and all these. She's black. She's black. Not the least of which is her mother is Indian. Another dark complected, melanated group of people. She went to friggin' Howard University. You see her college pictures? Baby, she had the asymmetrical stacked haircut. Listen, she grew up as a black woman. Her father's a black Jamaican man. So all this stupid hyperbole, y'all let white people fool y'all with. Oh, she's not black. Now she wants to be black. Y'all fell for the black people. Y'all fell for the okie doke. Okie doke. And y'all was willing to, I will vote for Donald Trump. And now he is snatching y'all up and sending y'all not even to your country of origin. He is sending you to El Salvador and friggin' Venezuela. How can you take people from one landmass and send them to somewhere? If you don't want them in America, how dare you expatriate them to El Salvador? Who said you could do that? You see the hypocrisy? We don't want you here. We don't care where you come from, but you go into El Salvador. Think about it. Think about it. Stop falling for the okie doke in this country. This country is the gaslight of the century. They have fooled everybody with the sleight of hand. They keep telling y'all this, that, and the third. Now, if one drop of black blood made you black, how all of a sudden when Obama came, they was like, oh, he's biracial. They didn't give a dang about no biracial. Biracial is a relatively new term, my love. They used to call them octoroons, quarteroons, and all those different names. Mulatto, or they call them Creoles. Listen, all of these lines of demarcation where people have delineations that determine, oh, you're this, you're that, you're whatever. It's the itemization so colonizers could say, AKA acceptable blacks and unacceptable blacks. You heard of the Willie Lynch syndrome? Willie Lynch was an enslaved person who created a system that said, you want to control, set the old against the young. Set the lighter complected ones against the darker complected ones. Put the lighter ones who are more palatable to your eye and your tongue in your house to take care of your children, and put the darker ones outside in the field to work. Y'all been falling for the okie doke since before America was America, when it was the 13 colonies, and you're still falling for it. Y'all let these people who, how are they qualified to tell you who's black? How are they qualified to tell you who's black? But you let them do it, and they finessed your dumb behinds right out of an election and put the devil in office. You've let them finesse you out of your good sense and put the devil in office because they tried to tell you she wasn't really black enough. What's black enough? So why you got to be black enough? Why you got to be qualified to be black enough but not white enough? How come? Because what did all of that talk get y'all? I see some of y'all in the chat talk about 0 for Kamala, but guess what? What you got now? What you got now? What number you putting for Trump? Because whether you like it or not, you got to do what he say. Whether you like it or not, you're subject to his rule. Whether you like it or not. For all those who are like, I ain't voting. Guess what? No vote is a vote. No vote means I'm not going to speak for myself. I'll let you people speak for me. This is not about white or black amongst our YouTube, our nerd herd family. This is about colonizers and the system of white supremacy, racism, and colonialism against everybody else. You heard what they said? They are trying to preserve a white nation. If you have the slightest bit of melanin in your mind, body, soul, spirit, flesh, or if you like black people too much, they don't even want those white people a part of their group. They're excommunicating them. And they've been using a system of gaslighting us to get us to act out. But guess what? Once we peeped game and was like, oh, wait a minute. You mean that's what they've been doing all this time? Oh, okay, black people, stand down and stay back in your house. Don't take yourself out there. Don't go in no marches. Don't go in no protests. Don't go in none of these, April 4th, everybody come out in the court square and all that. Don't go. Of course, a few black people didn't listen because they still feel very adjacent with the system of white supremacy racism here. And guess what? There was a big march on, I think it was April 4th or April 2nd, massive march. And the word went out, black people stay home, do your cookouts, clean your kitchen cabinets out, whatever, stay home. Guess what? There was a protest. It was thousands of people out there, 2 black ladies. The military was out there and the militia and all that. Guess who they arrested? White people was tearing some shit up in certain states. You know who they arrested? The 2 black ladies. And did any of the allies step up and help them? No, they let them go and get arrested. One lady said, it's supposed to be solidarity. Everybody was, people at home was like, we told you stay your ass home. What you out there for? Arrested. And the ladies weren't doing anything. These were older ladies. They weren't even doing anything, but they got arrested. Understand what the people in power are saying. We don't like you. We've never liked you. And we don't know how to get rid of you because we can't send you anywhere. Our ancestors brought you here, or the rest of you are native to this land, so we can't send you anywhere. That is their biggest problem. They only had usefulness for us when they could enslave us and get our labor for free. Now that they don't have the power to do so anymore, what do they do with us? That's what their issue is. And the audacity of them to be determining what they do with us when you are a visitor in this. If you have a problem with what's going on in America, go back where you came from. Go back to Europe. Because see, on St. Patrick's Day, they fly that green and white flag. They mad at Mexicans for having Mexican flags, and El Salvadorians and Salvatruchas and all of that having their flags. But on St. Patrick's Day, that Irish flag is up. Some of them ain't never been to Ireland. I speak more Irish than they do, but they put that flag up. On the Italian Day, the Feast of San Gennaro, they got that Italian flag flying. Every other group got their flags flying, but they got a problem when you got yours. See, it's because your numbers grow exponentially. and you will outnumber them, and they fear retribution of a kind that their ancestors gave to us. So they think we are going to do it back to them when we get in power. But guess what? We ain't y'all. I keep telling them we are not y'all. The people who are into suppression of other people's rights and colonialism and this extreme capitalism and racism and denigrating other people, you think once our numbers are greater than yours, which they already been a long time ago, but you just been hiding it. Once we realize our numbers are greater than yours, that we will do to you what you did to us. But it's not true. We won't do to you what you did to us. We ain't never been that. If we was going to do that to y'all, we would have been did it. We are minding our business, drinking water and growing our locks and living life. But you insist on thinking that we are going to do to you what you have done to us. No, that is not our shtick. We want to be left alone. Can't you see the gaslight? What did they say? Oh, we are going to bring segregation back. You know how upset they was when black people was like, oh, child, bring it on, honey. When it start? Tell me where we got to sign up. Where we go? They were livid. They have been gaslighting us for so long, and it's been working for so long. They are astounded, like, wait a minute, these suckers are waking up. It's not working anymore. What are we going to do? They are in crash out mode because the tactics of old that they've used forever and a day no longer work. You know, we would have been out there on them street corners protesting, and they would have been shooting people with rubber bullets and taking people out and unaliving mad people. That's what the one drop rule is. So when they came up with this election cycle and was finessing black people, oh, is she black? She's not black enough. Y'all fell for it. Hey, yeah, she ain't black enough. Why y'all fell for that? She went to, Howard University, the blackest HBCU out, okay? Her father is Jamaican. Her father's Jamaican, a black man. Nationality and race, phenotype and all that, they're all different things. Like, come on. Plus, black people run the gamut from the very lightest of light complexions to the darkest of dark complexions. There is a tribe, from my understanding, I could be wrong, but I believe they said it was in a certain part of Ethiopia. There are black people way darker than me. They all have blue eyes. Africa is the bedrock of civilization. The foundation and bedrock of civilization. The original man and woman were black. Everybody else is a derivative of them. Why is that so hard to understand? Why is that so hard to acknowledge? Why is there so much hate for that? It's what it is. There is a scientist on a show, a science program called Nova. Years ago, he set out to discover, to prove everyone wrong, to prove that white people were the original people. He did this whole long, I think it was 12 years he studied, and he came out and said, I went into a study to try to prove that the original man was white, and not only was I wrong, I found out that the only DNA that is 100% pure human DNA and not mixed with Neanderthal man is the black man. This is not my words, baby. Look it up. Scientists, type in Nova. Lock, see if you could pull up that thing. He was a scientist. He was on a show called Nova, which is a science show. And he set out to prove, like Google, he set out to prove that blacks were the original man. And in his things, he found out that, I mean, I ain't making it up, baby. Cite your sources. Anything I say can be researched. What do y'all think I do in my spare time? While everybody's out there watching Housewives of this, that, and the third, and, you know, this Love Island and this, that, I don't watch none of that. I drink information night and day. I read books. I garner and gather information night and day. I'm only telling this because I want my people to snap out of this friggin' foolish gaslight that we've been under. We gain more together than we do separate. We need to be interacting with each other and making sure when people need somewhere to go and escape this land, they have somewhere to go. You need information on this? Let this be your clearinghouse. You need information on that? Let the Nerd Herd be your clearinghouse. Share information with each other. Build bridges and build strategic alliances with each other. If people decide that they want to leave here and go to another country, go to that country and meet some of your compadres from the Nerd Herd, and at least you will have a foundational relationship with people in that place. Get out of this country, go somewhere, learn something. The rest of the world is out there. When people leave this landmass, they're shocked to find out all the lies they've been told. They're like, wow, all the lies we've been told. That's right. Thank you, Reparations. Reparations said, imagine how ridiculous it would sound if Kamala claimed to be white. Y'all would laugh. Listen, you know the lady that lived down the block from you, Beiji Boo said at J Music, it's so true. It's like I have her guidance and I never noticed she was gone. Oh, I'm till days. I saw that you put Beiji Boo. I think you said your mom was gone. So days like today, I also wish she knew about the Dopest Nerd. She reminds me of my mom. Oh, may your mom rest in peace, my love. Was it today that she passed? May she rest in peace. My husband's birthday is today too, and he passed in 2021. God rest his soul. On our anniversary, no less. May she continue to rest in heavenly peace. And may God continue to wrap you in heavenly peace with grace and mercy in your time of grief, that whenever your time of need shall arise and you start to feel a sense of angst and longing, may you be enveloped with the memories and they wrap you like in their warm embrace and keep you in your time of need. And we always standing with you and thinking of you. Tell them, LA Chic. Wait, I'm sorry, Kara. Kara said, Michelle, me too. I'm interested in different culture, people I meet, family, travel, connection. But I saw, who posted this? LA Chic. She said, that's why they omitted the other books of the Bible, such as the Maccabees, etc. They were shown to be Black people. I wish I had my bag down here. I would show you. It's called the Apocrypha. I told y'all I went to theology school, right? Those removed books of the Bible in the Apocrypha. Please grab yourself a copy and read the Apocrypha. This is what I do. I buy books. I love information. Say it, Jay. We are nothing. We may be nothing separately, but together we can run the world. And we can break this system of racism, of oppression, of evil, of witchcraft, of demonic entities. We can break this. It's not about forcing your will onto other people. It is about allowing people to be. It doesn't negate us having the rule of law and having order and all that stuff. You can have order. We have order within our communities. When we have smaller micro communities, we still have order in those communities. That's right, Sasha. Please get current passport. If you are a passport holder, but your passport is going to expire within the next 3 years or so, please get your passport renewed immediately and pay. I don't care if there's an extra fee, pay the extra fee for the longer duration of time. You want to be able to move freely back and forth within this landmass or leave it and come back when you see fit. Do the same for your children. Don't take for granted now. Don't leave here and your passport expire in a year and then you stuck. I'm trying to help you now. But advice is only as good as you take. Oh, she passed away June 13, 2021. My husband was April 6, 2021. Our anniversary. May she continue to rest in heavenly peace, Beiji Boo. Our ancestors, yes, they're always with us and watching over us. Nick's Mountain Goat Production said, I'm here with the Nerd Herd for the love and the lessons. Asheo, sis. Absolutely. We have got to, you want to read those books? Locked, put the Apocrypha in the link. Put a link for the Apocrypha. Toynette said, you know, while being on punishment in Trinidad was read all kinds of books. When I tell you strict, yeah, you're right, honey. Where you think I get it from? My mother punishment was go and take the dictionary and go read. Why do you think my vocabulary is what it is? Listen, I was a feisty child. I told y'all when I was a kid, I thought I was grown. I was feisty. My punishment, when they realized licks and all that wasn't going to set me down, my mother would say, go get that dictionary. I don't care what, turn to page R, to the letter R. If I come in here and ask you any word on these 3 pages, you better know it. Why do you think my vocabulary is like this? This is a byproduct of, and it wasn't that I was a bad kid. I always was inquisitive. I wanted to know why, or what made it think, what made it tick. Why is this like that? Who said? Where did it come from? I was never just, when they used to tell you, because I said so. Oh no, that never worked for me. You know how much licks I got because I was like, but why? What do you mean because you said so? Why? I wanted to know. Don't just tell me I said so. I said so is the lazy man's version of I don't know and I don't care to seek the information, so you got to take what I say. That's you doing your child a detriment. Locke said, research confirms theory that all modern humans descended from the same small group of people. Hey, okay. You think is liar was telling you, that link didn't just pop up on the internet because I spoke it, right? It existed. Because I'm telling you, I do research all the time, guys. Hey, tell them, cite your sources. I do research all the time. Thank you, Sasha. And please do your your mom passed away on July 10th. My condolences, my love. In 2020, still, listen, grief takes the time that it takes. Don't ever let anybody rush you. Don't ever let anybody demonize your need to still mourn and feel and go through the stages of grief. It doesn't have a time limit. You take as much time as you want. And you are celebrating a life lived and lost. So you let it take as long as it takes. And don't let nobody take that from you. Oh, Michelle said, my son, May 26, 2018. Can't wait to reunite. Asheo. And may he continue to rest in heavenly peace and watch over. Kara said, is the Apocrypha still in Catholic Bible? I think, honestly, that's a question I can't answer. I'm not exactly sure. But if you get the Apocrypha, those books, Maccabees and all those stuff, trust me, read those books. There are lots of books that were extracted from the Bible. The Bible that's supposed to be the most whole, definite Bible is the Ethiopian Bible. And there is an Ethiopian Bible that I believe he was a minister in the Ethiopian church, displayed recently from the 1500s. I think it was 1585. It's bound in this hard leather back, like a stone board leather back. All of from 1585. Okay, remember they said Columbus sailed the ocean, 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. This is 1585. The whole Bible, everybody in the Bible, Yeshua, everybody was black. Mary, everybody was black. Okay, so they rewrite history to make you believe what they want you to believe. The depiction of Jesus as you see it now. That's why anytime I see these stories and somebody says, oh, I went to heaven and I saw Jesus and he told me this, and then they show this picture, I'm like, that's the guy you saw? Okay, I don't know if you went to heaven, babe. You went somewhere, but you ain't go to heaven because that ain't what he looked like. The depiction of Jesus as you see it now, the white guy with the long hair, slight body wave, beach waves, that is Caesar Borgia. He is the son of a ruler from back then. Caesar Borgia, that is not Jesus. And they say Caesar Borgia was, if I'm not mistaken, Shakespeare's lover. Allegedly. You could look that up. Okay? Leilani said, Natanya, that is the whole problem. Communities are being demolished by one thing or another. The sense of community in some places in New York just doesn't exist anymore. You know what? I really believe that. I really believe that. I saw a lady doing a thing walking through Harlem, and she said, baby, this is not the Harlem we knew. And I saw a thing in Harlem where a guy walked into like a Harlem eatery, one of the foundational eateries that had been there for a long time. It was owned by a black family, and some people were waiting online, and he was waiting, and he just jumped up in front of everybody, was like, look, hurry up, I need my sandwich, you need to make, and the guy was like, hey, brother, get yourself together. We don't do that in here. And he's like, no, make my sandwich. He started screaming at the guy. He walked over to him and was like, look, I'm going to need you to get yourself together or you're going to have to leave here. We don't do that in here. There's people here in the line. Get yourself together. And he handled him firmly, but he did so with love and correction. If you fail, if you can't take correction, it means you cannot grow. Eventually the guy was like, okay, I'm sorry. But it's because the sense of entitlement is very dangerous. Communities have a sense of law and order on how they're run. There's the macro society and the micro society. Well, the micro society and macro society. The macro society is the larger community at large or the world at large, and the macro is your micro communities. And every segment of society and corner of the world has things that govern how they operate. Michelle said, my son was like that, Natanya. He was very unique. God rest his soul. Look, that's what I'm telling you about Locke, baby. Y'all better tip my girl. $ butterfly blue. You see the thing on the screen, the Cash App on the screen. Ocean of PDF, free digital library of high definition quality books. Get some reading on, y'all. And you know they banning books. You know they've banned, in the last 3 years, they banned 3,500 books. Ask yourself what kind of information is contained in those books. Anytime you've looked in history at the fall of society, first thing they did was burn the books. They burned, there was a library in Carthage, I believe. They burned the books. Y'all gotta listen, history repeats itself. Not the least of which is CERN and the Hadron Collider. If you feel like, don't I know that person from somewhere, but the person seems different or off, you can't remember where you know them from, but you know in your spirit, you know that person. They be turning on CERN. That Hadron Collider, I know some of this is very avant-garde for a lot of people and they can't conceive of these things. It seems like I'm talking hocus pocus stuff. Do your research. Don't try to take it all in at once. You will get overwhelmed. But where you can start getting access to the knowledge is these channels I told you about. I am QHEF, I am Perky, Right 7X, Dreo G, Mod Tricka. Start watching them. They give you micro doses and micro clips of all these different scenarios, and you can start taking things in, hearing things, and learning things, and it will whet your palate and open you up to the desire to dig deeper and learn more things. I want you guys to be in the know. Do not, all these channels I'm telling you about are all on YouTube. I want you to be in the know. The information that you need will never, the oppressor will never educate you or your child enough for you to overthrow them. Did you hear what I say? The oppressor, the colonizer, the colonialist will never educate you or your children enough for them to overthrow themselves. Think about that. Why would I educate someone enough so that they can then overthrow me if that is my mission to keep them subjugated? Stop hanging your hat on the junk that they tell you and do the deeper digging. Lots of people are breaking out of the matrix, and this information is available. Here goes the link that Locke put in the chat, the Apocryphal books for free. You can get the PDF of the Apocryphal books for free. Please look them up and start to. Thank you, Cook's Crate. I appreciate you, my love. She said, Natanya, thank you for your time. I know it's getting late, guys, and we need to get off this here. Oh, it's 1:13 in the morning. I had no idea. I did not realize that. All right, guys. We got to nip this in the bud. I did not realize it was 1:13. Listen, all you know what I just say tomorrow, please, God. Let me run down this list real quick and see what the last few things I need to say. Kara said on Bible Gateway, you can read any version or translation. Think it might still be free. There are also some on that are audio. Yeah, and if reading is not your thing or you don't perceive yourself to have time to read, start listening. They have audio books. If you go on YouTube, you can type in the book of Daniel and it will read it to you. If you have earbuds, which I don't advise using earbuds, guys, that's too much radiation to your head. However, if you go in, I hate to send you to Jeff Bezos, but if you go in Amazon, there are EMF protection stickers that go on your phone. And EMF is electromagnetic frequency stickers. These stickers will damper down the level of EMF that go to your phone and go to your ear and your head. You take these stickers and you put them on your earbuds. You put them on the back of your phone, and it will lower the amount of radioactive frequency that goes to your body. Do so. Also, when you house your phone, house it away from your body. Also, we're going to have another show where we're going to get into all of these things from Shein and all those other clothing, what they call it, fast fashion clothing things. They are using forever chemicals, PFAS, in their cheap clothes. If you buy a blouse for $3.23, understand that it's being made by some child somewhere in a sweatshop, and it's really worth 23 cents. You're paying $3 extra, and then them tariffs gonna hit you, and you're paying someone to expedite the decline of your health and your body. These sweatpants, all these yoga and Lulu Lime and Lulu this and Lulu that, listen, these things are not to your benefit. Yoga pants, yoga clothing are some of the worst clothing you can wear. They all contain PFAS. They are made with acrylic fibers, which are man-made fibers, and they are sprayed with forever chemicals called, it's carbon. Look, your girl is on her pronunciation, all that, but PFAS, whatever, PFAS, forever chemicals. And forever chemicals are endocrine disruptors. They disrupt your endocrine system, which is your body's filtration system, including your kidneys, your liver, your spleen, all of those things, all them extra parts in your body, but you need it. It will destroy your pancreas. It will destroy your kidney. People have been hospitalized from wearing too many Shein clothes. So you think the $3 shirt is nice, but you're taking your own self out of here. Well, as they say in Jamaica, take away yourself. Listen, I'm telling you. There you go, Michelle. Yes, hair like wool, brown skin, it's in the Bible. Yes. Feet like brass, all of that is in the Bible. But I don't want to hold y'all too long because I had no idea it was this time. But as Locke says, shout out to all sitting in the back of the class. We love you and appreciate you for showing up to class. Guys, make sure you like on the way out, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And tell a friend. Spread this information. Let your people know. I didn't realize it was this time. It's late. History does repeat itself. Absolutely. You hear me talk about CERN all the time. You're not sure what I'm talking about. Type in CERN, CERN. And the Hadron Collider. It is a big machine that is used, that has been studied and created. So they're trying to reverse time, open portals, open a tear in the time-space continuum. Time is not linear. Remember when you were in school and the teacher would say, when you come home from summer vacation, I want you to make a timeline of what you did this summer. Start here and make a timeline. And you think time is linear like this. No, time is cyclical. Time is circular. The past, the present, and the future are all taking place right now. I need you to understand that. I know that is an abstract concept. It doesn't sound like what you've heard your entire life. I get that. I know, guys. I know. Listen, it flows out of my mouth like water because I was broken free from the matrix as a child. Matter of fact, I don't know that I was ever in the matrix, honestly. I'm not trying to be aloof or sound holier than thou. I'm telling you, I don't really think I was ever in the matrix. I always had the ability to see. And so I was like, this doesn't make sense. I questioned everything. It drove the adults in my life crazy. They were sick of me. Sick of me. This is not an understatement. I promise you. My mama will tell you. They were sick of me. They couldn't just tell me blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, wait, what? No, that doesn't make sense. When I was younger, I went through this whole diatribe of if Adam and Eve were the first people, and they had children. How did their children procreate? With who? Themselves? Listen, when I was younger, I drove them insane. They were sick of me. I mean it. Sick. Sick of me. So, absolutely, know thyself. Tell them, Jay. Know thyself. I'm going to explore y'all into a whole bunch of other people and some reading that you need to get into as well with some book titles. But for now, hey, Sasha, drop the psalm. Yes, baby. Psalm 37, 12, and 13. The wicked plot against the righteous and gnash their teeth at them, but the Lord laughs at the wicked, for he knows their day is coming. Thank you, sis. Asheo. Thank you, baby. Yes, it's my birthday, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. There was a series written from a historical sense on Jesus. It was said that Jesus would look more like what we would see as Egyptian today. I haven't traveled to those places, but I would love to. So let me tell you something about that narrative too. Don't believe the hype. Okay? These are people who want to rob you of the notion that Jesus is black. The same people that say the Middle East when they in Africa, Northern Africa, darling. Or they'll say African and Egyptology. Hello, Egypt is in Africa. And the people that live there now are not the Egyptians of old. Listen, the Egyptians of old that drew hieroglyphs in the caves, those hieroglyphs have a multitude of colored dyes and inks there. You see how dark them people are on that wall? They dark. They don't look like the Egyptians there, no. This is the Arabs moving people in and out to espouse what they want to. It is why when you go to certain regions and you look at historical artifacts, what is knocked off of every face of a historical artifact? The nose, because that is the one irrefutable thing that says African. You can have an eye, you can have a face, you can try to navigate all of that and call it what you want, but that nose, once you see that melanated nose, it's unmistakable. So stop believing their history. I'm telling you, suspend your belief in their history. Get this Really Real that's coming out now. Also, you're going to notice in a lot of states, you'll see the color of the sky is changing. Oh, thank Mixed Mountain Goat. I appreciate you, my love. The sky is changing. Some states, the sky is red and all this stuff. You don't hear them reporting it on mainstream news. Please go get on I Am Perky, I Am Q Hef, Dre OG, Mod Tricka, Right 7X. Tell them the dopest nerd sent you. Tell them you are a member of the Nerd Herd and Natanya, the dopest nerd, sent you. Let them know we are watching and we appreciate the information. Go get that learning. Go get that learning. Go get that learning. Okay? I love you guys. I know it's late. Or I have to go sleep and think because all I work, I understand. So do I, technically. But I do have to get some rest. I love you guys. I'm trying to scroll through the chat real quick. I did see that somebody put a super chat. Thank you, Leilani. Thank you for the super chat, or for the super sticker, my love. I appreciate you. Thank you for your love. You guys, anything that you guys send me, I unlocked. We appreciate it wholeheartedly. Luna, we got your thing also, and I sent it to Locke. I got what you sent me. I got what you sent to Locke, and I sent it to her. We love you guys. Denise's discoveries. There are so many women ending up with Hashimoto's and other autoimmune diseases because of the endocrine disrupting things that are happening in our environment. And that is why you need to drink chlorophyll to get some of these endocrine disrupting things out of your body. That is why you're 100% right, Denise. That is why this is happening. What they are doing is trying to end society as we know it. If you disrupt your endocrine system and your reproductive organs are harmed by nanoparticles and all these things, guess what? You will ruin your ability to procreate. Or if you procreate, the race of people procreated will have deficits and will be jacked up because of all these things. They're not meant to be in the body. Any illness that God allowed to exist, there was a healing for it in herbs and the earth. The earth could heal you. You didn't need pharmaceutical things, but we'll keep getting into those things. Right now, I'm just peeling back the layers of the onion, letting you guys get this information. I love you guys. I know you have to go to sleep. I have to go to sleep too. I love Walia. With that said, I heard Korea was doing that with the sun. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, honey. There's a lot of, but everything I've told you guys, look it up. Look it up. The PFAS, PFAS is an acronym. It's not a word, it's an acronym. And it represents the endocrine disrupting chemicals that are sprayed, the forever chemicals. And there are more chemicals, forever chemicals, in yoga clothes and athleisure wear than any other thing out. Not the least of which is women, please restore yourself to cotton underwear. Get out of them, all them cutie cute fancy little lace and thing and all them panties with the acrylic. Get rid of them. Those are made with PFAS too, and they are disrupting your reproductive organs and your endocrine system. Get rid of them. Only wear cotton panties. I don't care if they look like bloomers. I don't care if they look like old my granny panties. You are safer with cotton panties. I'm telling you, you are safer with those cotton panties. And what you can also do is when you buy your cotton panties, you can soak them in vinegar. Soak them in vinegar to break down that stuff. Soak them, I'm telling you, the same way you wash your fruits or vegetables and stuff in vinegar, soak them panties and stuff in vinegar and send them truly washed. Also, lay off all these Febreze and all these extra things that have all these extra scents. I'm going to teach y'all about a homemade soap that you can use. There's also these berries. They come from, not berries, these nuts that come from a tree, and they are soapy. They create a soapy thing. You can wash your clothes in those. They're natural. They're from the earth. And if you have, it takes away all type of sensitivity, skin issues, eczema, this, that, other. Wash your clothes in there. They're wholesome. They're healthy. And get away from all these. Everything that is hyper fragranced is not good for you. All those this and that. And people's like, oh, I burn all these candles and I have this Febreze and I have, baby, you're killing yourself. You're killing your children and you're killing yourself. Please. And stop feeding your kids all this junk. Stop feeding your kids these stupid Takis and all this junk. Stop it. Those things have endocrine disruptors in them. 2 kids are ending up hospitalized. Please, I love y'all. I'm just trying to share this good information. Yeah, Denise said, why on earth would we want to do this to our society? Wouldn't we want a strong, healthy society? This makes no sense to me. And how can we hurt each other like this? Because the people, the 13 families that run society, namely Mr. Rockefeller said, Nelson Rockefeller said, I do not want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. And now people are breaking out of the matrix. And that's why they hate the word woke, because they're trying to maintain the system of white supremacy. They need people to be subjugated and in servitude. If you start to have autonomy of your mind, body, soul, spirit, flesh, you stay away from Western philosophies and medication. You start to live off of the earth. You heal your body and you get rid of all these illnesses and diseases. You don't need their Western medicine. Their hospitals can't survive. Their this and that can't survive. The joke is God said anything that existed on the earth that was to harm you, there was or cause disease or anything in your body, the earth could heal it. I'm telling you, the derivative of all of these pharmaceutical medications, the root of it is the herbs, the natural herbs. Cut out the middleman. Cut out the middleman. Cut out the middleman. Get rid of sugar out of your diet. I forgot what the nuts are called. I'm going to tell you the next time. I'm going to pull, but you can Google them. Put soap nuts. Look up soap nuts or laundry nuts or organic laundry soap nuts. You'll see them they're on Amazon. Look them up. Do yourself some good. Those are the things you should be looking up. Don't get distracted by the new pair of shoes and the sweaters. Look up the organic things. Look it up. That's right. And Dettol. Yes, Gil. I just used Dettol. But listen, I went out today for my birthday and I smell like I put Dettol in my bath soap. And be careful. Listen, guys, we used to use the Dr. Bronner's. I want to alert you to the fact that I saw it on IMQ Hef. They changed. This lady came out and made a TikTok about it. You know the Dr. Bronner's that has all the writing on the bottle, and they have the Castile soap that you can bathe with. It's very effervescent. It lasts a long time. They have peppermint, eucalyptus, all these different things for your skin. They changed it to magic soap. I don't know why they did that. And you see that little partition in the label, like where the label wraps around the bottle, and there's a slight opening where the label does not meet. If you look inside, there was a demon-looking specimen on the inside of the label in the bottle. I don't know why they changed it. I don't know what that's about, but we ain't using that no more. Do not pick up nothing called magic soap to use on your body, especially with that demon looking thing in it. Don't do it. Beiji Boo said, at Jay, you will have to invite me to St. Lucia and I will bring you to where my family's at Vinci and Barbados. LOL, loving the Caribbean connections. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what I'm talking about. This is how we got to do it, guys. This is how we got to do it. Be very careful of this. You see the soap nuts? Yep. Denise Discovery says soap nuts. Yeah, my grandfather told me about that. Yep. Guys, I love you guys. I ain't going to keep you much longer. I'll be back tomorrow because we got so much to talk about. But I just want us to make sure we are fighting the good fight, breaking through the matrix. And yeah, you have to dilute them. Epsom salt love. Absolutely. I love y'all. I love y'all. Black soap is excellent as well. But stay away from these commercially produced and marketed things. All of that fragrance. If you're making soap, you don't need 75 ingredients to make soap. If you got to put 75 ingredients, I'm telling you about 73 of them shits ain't no good. So hear me and hear me good. I love you guys. Tomorrow, please God, I'll see you all again. Sleep well. Until we meet again, I love you. Sleep well. Hug your children tight. Kiss the people that you love. If you have alms with your brother, the Bible says, if you have alms with your brethren or your sister, go to them. If there is anyone in your family right now that you have alms with and you don't get along with, or you had a falling out, I know there are some people who are toxic, and I'm not telling you to betray your own protective nature for that. But if it was some little boo-boo the fool kind of argument, like grown people, we fall out, things happen, get past it. Tell somebody that you know you love them. Tell your mama you love her. Tell the people you know you love them, because they're not guaranteed to be here tomorrow. So help me God, they're not guaranteed. God sent me my soulmate in a man that I married, born the same day as me. We married April 6th. He died April 6th, 2021. That's a full circle moment. Full circle moment. I thank God for him. I thank God for the time we had. I thank God for my family. I love everything, that the good, the bad, and indifferent, because whatever was, it's either a lesson or a blessing. Tell your people you love them. Hug your children, kiss them tighter, and all of that. You've read the chat. You hear the people that are mourning. You hear the people whose loved ones are departed. No man knows the day or the time, boo. Or they could stay and watch and hear, bam, this one is no longer here with us. So please do what you have to do. Tell your people, oh, your daughter's birthday is April the 7th. Look at that. That's a good time of year, baby. That's a good time of year. I love you all. Shout out on behalf of myself, Locke, the dopest mod, Nirvana, the trusty dusty show producer, and everybody else in the nerd herd. I love you all. Shout out to my peoples out there, the neurodivergents, the people in the bushes, the people in the nosebleed seats, and the people watching from their TV screens. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us, and we are eternally grateful. Thank you all for thinking it not robbery to come and celebrate my birthday with me. It means the world to me. Remember, 25 years ago, I was shot in the face. By the blood of Jesus, Yeshua, the Christ of Nazareth, I am still here. Most people who get shot in the face with a hollow point bullet do not survive. It is not lost on me that every single iota of time that I've been granted since the age of 29 has been a blessing. It is the icing on the cake. I promise you, the fact that you've decided to spend this day with me means the world to me. I'm eternally grateful. I love you all. We got this thing, baby. We are world changers right here. If you are not subscribed to the channel, pull your phone out. Even if you watch at home, pull your phone out and hit subscribe. Pull your phone out and hit subscribe. I caution and I ask each one of you, share this with at least 5 people. Tell a friend. Tell your peoples about it. Tell your level-headed peoples who want more out of life and understand. Tell them about it and let them grow and get some of this good knowledge too. We sink or swim together, guys. Ain't nobody coming to rescue us. We got to rescue each other. We sink or swim together. We're going to learn how to grow food, forage, prepare, bug out bags, all of that. I want y'all prepared for the inevitability of what's going on. It's no longer hyperbole and an if or a thing. It's a when. It's no longer a if, it's a when. You see the state of affairs in this world and in this country. The haves have their ways out. You may not. Make sure that you make a way so that you can prepare your family. I told you I have something called the ice box. Not ice like that ice, but ice in case of emergency box. And it has all types of things. I want you guys to get yourself a butane stove. They're not expensive. They are super cheap on Amazon. They're so small and compact, you could carry it in a bug out bag. Make sure you get yourself some butane fuel. If anything go down, you're going to need to be able to cook. And if you don't have all of that, you just want to stay in your house and thug it out, make sure you got charcoal briquettes at all time. Make sure you got those lighter, the candle lighters with the long nose. Make sure you got something that you can light. Make sure you got a little lighter fluid. Make sure you have a lot of salt in your house. If the electricity should go out and you need to be able to preserve what you have, salt is a preservative. Make sure you have salt. Make sure you have, there's something called Faraday bags. Go online on Amazon, start to do your research, look up Faraday bags. In the event of a cataclysmic event, or if EMFs go crazy or whatever, you can put your certain electronic things in a Faraday bag. They also have these little wireless Wi-Fi things that you can carry that will still give you a signal in the event the power grid goes down. They're still wired to satellites and all that. You can still get a signal, but you need to be able to preserve your phone. So get a Faraday bag. It is a hermetically sealed and protected with like a Kevlar and all this kind of mesh to prevent access from EMFs, from electromagnetic frequency or any type of radiation bomb that will impact your phone. I promise you, there's so much more to learn. There's so much more to learn. I love you guys. I just want you to have your best fight at life. The system as we know it is not set up for us to win. Let's do this thing. We sink or swim together. I love you guys. Sleep well. Say your prayers tonight. Kiss your loved ones. Until tomorrow, please God, until we meet again.